This is really the Fighter and the Kid.
Come on, man.
You know when you compliment some Armenian guy on his like Lamborghini, you don't really give a shit. You just, you know, he likes
it's a throwaway. So,
it's
a throwaway.
Cool car.
I said to my father, I wore a hat. I showed up with a hat, a Kangol hat backwards. And my father goes, "Why are you?" He just looks at me. He goes like this. He goes, you know,
you wore one trying to meet artsy.
I was trying to make a difference.
Yeah.
So I'm getting embarrassed.
Going through a Robert Kelly phase.
And he goes like this. Yes. And he goes like this. He goes, "Why are you wearing that hat?" And I
Perfect question.
Because because he goes, "Because you think it looks good?" And I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "It's not a great reason."
I wish you just said it
and then
doesn't.
I had a goatee. I grew a goatee. I'd
nice.
come back from Italy, and he goes, "You gonna keep that?" I said, "What?" He goes, "This stuff." I go, "Yeah." He goes, I go, "You don't like it?" He goes, "It's not you."
Yeah, that's great. I love that. That goes a long way. Is being direct with people. You know your boy Kev, the big tall guy that creeps out chicks. You know the handsome guy. So that guy. One time I see him. I go up to him. I go. I didn't even know him. I walked up to him. I say, "Hey, Kev, good looking guy. You seem funny. You seem nice. Seems like you got a good reputation around here. Untuck your fucking ears from your hat." And he was a little shook by it. Like he was like, you know, like he was like in his mind, like in his mind, he was thinking like, should I fight this guy? And I was like, no, I'm helping you out.
But he also knows, like,
yeah.
Because I guarantee he tucks his ears and he's like, should I? Fuck it.
Dude, he was wearing like a fitted Tiger's hat and it was like around it. And I just wanted to help him out. I was like, just untuck the fucking
What
ears.
a good guy
and
you
now
are.
I've seen him 100 times since. He never has the ears tucked.
I hate when guys
you were right.
Yeah, dude, 100%.
Dude, I wore a jumpsuit. You know, I love like those mechanic jumpsuits.
Let's go. Hold on.
Yeah, we're going. Yeah.
Go. Ready?
I wear those mechanic jumpsuits all the time, you know? I remember I wore one to the Comedy Store, and it's Rogan, Hinchcliffe, Bill Burr, everyone. Even I remember right before I walked in.
Wearing this.
Yeah, and you were there. And Chris is there, Theo. It's packed. And I walk in, and even before I walk in, I'm like, jumpsuit might have been a bad idea with this group. So I walk in.
Yeah, you go. They're going to tell me.
Oh,
Bro, I'm getting lit up. I'm getting hold on. I'm getting destroyed.
Right.
And I go, what the fuck? Well, fucking Chappelle wore a jumpsuit on his special. And goes, whoa, you're not Chappelle. And I'm like, oh God. And I see Burr. I'm like, oh God, he's gonna give it to me the worst. And Burr stuck up for me. He's like, shut the fuck up. Who gives a fuck what he wears?
Well, that's nice.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He's like, what are you talking about? None of your Chappelle.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, what Burr said.
Yeah, but he also said
he goes, and then he defends me. He goes, but he does look like he works on Broadway. And I forgot.
No, he does look like he goes. He does look like a janitor from a sitcom.
Yeah.
I will say, I don't know how
you get away with that.
You're not every few days going, you know, I could murder all of you with my bare hands.
Well, that's kind of why
that would just how I would. If you wore a dress to the green room, I would be like, I dare you to say something to me.
So
do you not know what I'm capable of?
It's
true. A heavyweight was able to defeat me, but you are fucking pussies who tell funny jokes in green rooms stoned. I'll destroy you.
I'll lock the door and just spank everybody.
Actually, I'll tell you what. How about each of you take turns giving me an insult? We'll watch how fast that fucking is over.
That's all I always say to guys. They're like, so he could kick my ass so easy. I go, he could fuck you.
Yeah.
What do you mean kick your ass? He could fuck you. He wouldn't beat you up. He could spank you, then fuck you.
You know, bears don't kill you right away. They just kind of fucking mess with you.
Give you a little shove around.
He'll eat your ass.
He'll just eat your ass. I have a whole joke about that. Like, I want to be a big guy so I can, like, when you're in the pool, you can just put another dude, a smaller guy, on your shoulders against his will.
Sure.
And just turn him into a fucking beta right away.
If I was him, I would just verbally remind people. I go, hey, I know you're trying to do a thing right now about my fucking outfit. I could murder you. What is your modern instincts to talk to a man like me like this?
He did this to me. My wife and I, it was like when my baby was first born. This is literally...
This is in Santa Monica.
Dude, you know how long ago this is?
20 years ago?
It's 16 years ago. It was 16 fucking years ago. And he comes to my house, and he was living in the marina, and I had this really nice house in north of Montana.
That's what it was. It was cozy.
And my wife and I were swilling red wine from long stem glasses, and we were both in robes.
Watching like The Sopranos or some shit.
We were all like cuddled up watching something, and just we were watching our shows.
It's 10 o'clock at night.
And she had her toes all like squeezy, and some furry, and I was like, and we were making this noise a lot.
Yeah.
And Brennan had to drop something off, and we just like the door, knock at the door, and we both answer the door.
Yeah,
and
why'd you both answer?
We're in bare feet. I think he was in boots.
It's very exciting to have company.
Yeah, we both answer the door like, hi.
I
And we're both standing
look at
there.
both of them like,
we're in our bare feet, and he's in fucking boots, so he's even taller. And he's looking down on us, and he's like, here, I'm here to pick the thing up or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, here it goes. And he's just standing there looking at us, and I go, what? And he goes, you know, I could kill you.
Yeah, I love it, dude.
He goes, I could just go like that to both your heads.
and just walked off.
Yeah.
And he walked off, and I was
Your
like,
wife was like, Jesus.
my wife was like, would you let him do that? I go, I wouldn't have a choice.
What do you let him?
I wouldn't have a choice.
Amanda was like, what the
I'm not afraid of Shab because I have tons of guns.
Yeah.
But I'm also a nice guy. I don't mess with the bear.
boys,
Yeah,
man.
No, I said to her, I go, he could kill me and move in and then raise our kids, and you'd say nothing.
Yeah, you would get no choice.
That's right.
You would like it, honey.
You'd like it. By the way, you'd end up having to like it.
You'd have to.
It wouldn't be terrible.
No,
yeah, it makes it pretty fun.
No, it's not bad.
Once
Be a
the
good
killing's
guy.
over, it's actually
I would
a
be
good time.
talking to cars and shit if I was him. Like, I could destroy you.
Right.
Just a car that can't even talk back.
You're younger, you're way younger, you're smoother, you're bigger. This is better. You know?
Dude, I love that post you did on that baseball. Is it a baseballism? What is that company?
What is? Oh yeah, Baseballism. They'll send you a ton of stuff. They're great. Yeah, they're cool.
I was looking at the stuff, because usually when your buddies post like promotional shit, you're like, okay.
No, I didn't get paid for
It was
that.
legit,
and they just
man.
I wear their stuff every once and again just because they've got like what they do is baseball is pretty strict about their rights. They're
Big
like
time.
without express written consent of Major League Baseball. You've heard that your whole life.
Big time.
So they're like real sticklers about suing anyone that uses anything. That's why I'm surprised John Boy and these companies get away with all this stuff. But anyways, so they'll find anything that's baseball adjacent that isn't like Major League Baseball. So like the movie Major League or Sandlot,
Ken Griffey
or
swing or
Ken Griffey.
blowing
They'll
the bubble
partner
gun.
with players and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So yeah, they just sent me a bunch of stuff because I always wear their crap. Or Field of Dreams. They have a lot of Field of Dreams stuff. Yeah, so they're cool. They sent me all the stuff. Your boys would love it.
Love it. Yeah. Dude, baseball in Texas is so serious.
Is it?
It's serious, huh?
Is it more fun or?
I'm not, SoCal baseball's, they have the most MLB players out of any other state in the country. So I'm not, the programs out there are great. The program we were in was, was a good starter program and they had some really good players. But where we moved to, it just so happened 8 minutes across the street is the number 2 team in the nation.
Yeah.
And we get there and I was just like, what the fuck is this? And then
You could tell right away by their level of play.
Oh man, I was like, holy.
You got tossed from a game. It was on the internet.
Got tossed from a game.
But the game was over. I want to get some details on this because I defended you in the comments. Did you see it?
No.
You didn't see it?
No, I don't.
I went to
I definitely didn't
fucking
read those
war with
comments.
these nerds.
I didn't read those comments.
I went to war with these nerds.
Oh, who's commenting on this stuff?
Oh, Jeff Dye, I got time, baby.
And he knows
I
baseball.
tell everybody, I'll argue with bots, bro. I don't give a shit.
love you.
No one
A
will tread
Russian
on
bot?
me. Yeah.
Love you.
So what happened was you get tossed. Now, I wanted to defend you from a friend position. You're my boy. But secondly, from just a baseball position.
Completely safe.
It was
Not even close.
A manager or a coach in Major League Baseball, college baseball, I would say any level of baseball. Some would argue there's different rules for Little League, but if your player gets done wrong by the umpire, whether it's a ball, because that's all baseball is: fair, foul, strike, ball, out, safe. That's all it is. So if any of those happen to your guy, you got to go defend your guy. Because you don't want the player to get ejected or you don't want him to get mouthy, get suspended, or get fined. You got to go out and do it. So sometimes managers go, I got to get tossed for this.
Yeah.
They'll know before they even go out there,
Really?
like, I got to go.
You got to do it for the team.
I got to get tossed. So I'll go make a meal of it. Sometimes they'll even side talk with the ump, like, you got to throw me, right? Like, they'll know.
Is that right?
Yeah, there's all these unwritten rules. So anyways, you came out, you didn't even do anything that egregious.
I went, bud, come on, he's safe, man.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're out
You
of
actually
here.
even walked, you kind of walked.
You were
a
like
lazy
10
way.
feet from him.
Yeah.
Your
But he was a
arms
smaller
went
guy, and apparently that's his thing. Like, even the other umps after the game were like, we're so sorry, man.
Yeah.
That guy has some issue with everybody. He was like, that doesn't even make sense.
I was like, the
He's a little guy?
distance. Also, when he tossed you, you were respectful and left.
Yeah, I was like,
like
cool.
you didn't make, like, you didn't go out there and start chirping at him.
I was so embarrassed.
Yeah.
I was so embarrassed because I'm like, oh my God. Like,
I thought it was very strange.
I was the coach, but I was embarrassed because I was like, man, I don't want this to be about me getting tossed. Like, the team really needs this win.
Yes.
We end up winning, but still, man.
But you know, it's like, I don't know if you grew up in baseball programs, but like the dads were insane. We had one guy named Luke Hetherington, shout out to him. He could have been the greatest fucking baseball player that's ever lived. He could have like walked on at like high school age for the Mariners. And the reason it didn't work is because Luke lived like a rock star too soon.
Yeah.
You know, like he had like a photo album of all the girls' tits, like from
like
our
9?
school, like developed. Yeah, I mean, like literally like in high school. And he was just this legend of a guy. He literally
Did he play?
That's him, Luke Hetherington. He was so stinking good, and he was like a legend at our high school. I literally in high school asked him to autograph a baseball for me. He was like, "This is going to be worth some money." I mean, to us, he was. There was nobody larger than this kid.
It looks like he still went some places.
Oh, he was a beast, dude, and one of the most naturally
he played
talented.
in major leagues.
Oh no, I don't know. He probably got drafted or whatever, but I don't think he played in the whatever.
Minor.
So
maybe minor leagues.
Even if they get drafted, you know, in
Takes
Triple
forever.
A.
well, even in college ball, the top 100 players don't make it to the MLB.
Now,
unbelievable.
Luke, if you hear this, forgive me. Your dad was a psychopath. This dad would literally like crash out about like all the balls and strikes. It was like a daily thing that his dad would get like tossed from the game, and I liked it. I was like, I wish my dad even was at this game,
Yeah,
let
showing
alone
that he
getting
cared a little bit.
So the fact that you were 10 feet away from the umpire, and you were really respectful about it, and it was a bad call, I'm guessing, right? Like you were
Completely
terrible
sick.
call, yeah,
terrible call.
So I thought that was strange.
It was wild. Yeah, I don't know
But
what's going on. There.
so Texas is it more serious? Because I know football's a religion here.
No, there's teams like the major teams in California are super serious.
Yeah.
I just wasn't part of that. The league we were in was a AA
He
team.
was young and.
Well, the same age, like there's 7-year-old teams out here that are monsters. So it just depends what program you're in. Again, it just so happens where I moved, 8 minutes away, it just happens to be this monster of a program.
Yeah.
Is he going to be a big kid, like big
He's
as you?
huge.
Oh,
He'll
okay,
be big.
yeah.
He's bigger than me.
Well, then
at night.
that he'll be fine.
Yeah.
Does he pitch?
Yep.
Dude, yeah, that'd be fine.
You know what's up.
There's a guy named Gaddis that pitches for the Cleveland Indians. And I thought we'd be boys, thought he knew my comedy. He doesn't know who the fuck I am. And I go out and I just shook his hand. It was like your hand. I was like, oh fuck. And I was like, he could have been a pro wrestler or something,
huge.
And he's just like
Big now,
he
dude.
could just hurl that baseball 100 miles an hour. It's like
big.
It's such a cheat code to be able to
Big boy?
Yeah.
Oh, he
Gaddis.
looks-
Hunter Gaddis.
Yeah, he looks
Dude,
like a.
He looks like they
Fucking-
would kick his ass. See,
His
man.
hand was
Outside.
like I shook a hand with a bear. I was like, man, I was kept making all these jokes. I was like, I'm gonna whiz it in there. I hope you're fucking wearing a cup, And he's like, what? Like I just thought like he didn't understand that I was trying to be funny.
He's not having it, dude.
He's like, I thought the first pitch was Machine Gun Kelly. I was like, yeah, that pussy will be out there after me, dude. I'm about to whiz it in here.
Yeah, it's just the level now of athletes with these young kids, and they're like specialists. It's just different than when we were growing
It
up.
is
It's
different,
just
yeah.
different. Like my brother-in-law coaches I think it's 14U team, and they were at this big tournament in Georgia, and I always call him and check, how's the team, man? He coaches a top level team. And he's like, we won our first game. They're really good. They're one of the best teams in California. And he goes, but the problem is we're scouting the team we're playing next. He goes, they have 6 Division I commitments already,
Jeebus.
and the pitcher is 6'6".
What?
Gee,
Wait.
What age?
14.
What are you talking about? That's
Yeah, they're
nuts.
it's just you're just dealing with freaks.
Freaks.
Man.
Yeah. You
Freaks.
give the best to the best.
Yeah, they're like some team from Florida. And he's like, I looked at our kids. I'm like, just do your best, man.
That's
What the
wild.
fuck?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Just freaks, man. You're just dealing with absolute freaks.
You're dealing with kids, man-childs. And some kids just mature way faster.
We had a kid in our school named Mike Jensen. This guy was a beast. He was like in 6 foot, like in kindergarten. He was like the biggest kid we've ever seen. He grew up to be, I think he's like 6'10". Mike Jensen.
Mike Jensen.
Yeah, put that in. University
pro
of
football?
Washington, Mike Jensen. Yeah, he went and played college basketball. He was a rock star. But like just being that big as a kid, he was already like
Well, if you're
larger than
coordinated.
life. My buddy Josh Nelson peaked in high school, and he's still rattled from it.
Yeah, I think
I got all the girls.
LeBron James, when he was 14, was the best high school player in the country, I think.
Sure, but
Yeah,
he was a
also
freak.
230, 6'4", 230, and just a whole different.
He might
There's
be
that.
he might be the one athlete I was way wrong about. I used to talk shit about LeBron when he was in high school because they would televise his high school games. I was
That's
like,
right.
yeah, I'm
Don't
like,
kill
yeah,
him.
but wait till he gets to the pros. He's playing against kids right now. I know. But then he got to the pros, and this first game he swatted someo's shot like 10 rows back, and I was like, oh, I was wrong. I was wrong about this. This guy is the
who
real
I was
deal.
completely off on was because me and my brother collected cards, and I got a Peyton Manning rookie card, and he got Ryan Leaf.
Oh, you want
I was
Leaf?
like, I will trade you Peyton for Ryan Leaf. Peyton's gonna be so much better, or Ryan Leaf's gonna be so much better.
Yeah.
Way off.
Way
dude.
wrong on that.
Way off.
Yeah.
Boy,
Ryan Leaf was a legend where I'm from because he went to University of Washington.
Washington State.
Washington State.
I
Cougars.
wonder what that X factor is. Like, what is it?
He talked about it. Ryan Leaf. He does some podcast stuff.
Yeah.
Like he's sober now. He helps kids out.
But they
He's
had
a coach.
trouble. Like apparently, like they still can't really tell, as great as you are as a quarterback, for example, in college. They can never really predict what you're going to do in the pros. And a lot of times guys who are in
especially
college, quarterback
tough,
especially,
man.
maybe because it's just a mental thing. It takes a long time.
It's just a lot.
It is interesting you're talking about this. I've talked about this a bunch where it's like, how could Ryan Leaf be so incredible in college, like literally threading the needle to these receivers, and then be so good for this, but just not good enough for that? He's in that window of like not good enough for pro, but incredibly better than all the college players.
But is that a mental thing, right?
Or it could be a speed thing too. Like that window of opportunity is so much smaller in the pros. Yes. So like he might be able to. He's just whatever. It's just his timing's just a hair behind.
Right.
Like Johnny Manziel was almost getting tackled.
Unstoppable.
Like by that much, like, you know, he's like evading these guys that are just a fingertip away from tackling his ass. But in the pros,
sometimes
think of Tim Tebow, like arguably the greatest quarterback of all, college player of all time, and you're like, dude, they couldn't tackle him.
Yeah.
But how come I know his mechanic isn't, his mechanics aren't like Peyton Manning's, but clearly he can still make the throws, and he gets to the pros, and they're like, oh, you're not doing any of that.
Yeah.
You're not running. You're not throwing like that, and they shut him all down.
Fuck.
It's just a different level.
That was a technique thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, but still, he was still able to be so successful in college.
Also, I wonder if, because the hole's closed so quickly, reading a backfield a second faster is a huge
that's what I was saying. Like the fingertip thing. It's like in the pros, they're a whole hand faster and
but
bigger.
Some of it is like
their first step,
Teddy
it takes
Atlas
all
was
that
also
away.
talking about some people can be really, really talented, like boxers. Like they can be incredible. And for whatever reason, based on their childhood or whatever it is, when they meet resistance, real resistance, when they meet an Evander Holyfield who's like, I don't give a fuck what you can do. You're going to make me a believer.
You're talking about Mike Tyson.
Yeah,
basically.
he was saying that. It was very interesting. It was like, when that happens,
when they're not the bully.
He said those guys have a very good, and I'm not trying to diss Tyson here. I'm just saying that it was a very interesting sort of thing because he said you're very good at recognizing somebody who is that when you know inside that you're not that. So it's like you're not a lawyer until your whole game plan's out the window, but you figure out a way to fucking be a lawyer. You're not a doctor until you got a kid on your gurney bleeding from every hole, and there's nothing in the textbook to tell you how to save that kid, but you save that kid because you find a way.
Well, it's like Jim Lampley talked about. He told this story. It's in his book, but he talked about how Lennox Lewis and Mike Tyson trained together for like a week or two. They trained together when they were younger, and apparently Lennox put it on him. So then when they were supposed to fight, Tyson did everything he could to avoid that fight. So when they do the press conference, remember he bites him in the leg and pierced his fucking skin.
Yes.
And Lampley was like, I tend to believe he did that because he knows the trouble that was going to happen.
Yeah.
It was a way out.
Well, nobody talks about how Evander Holyfield was winning the boxing match against Tyson when he bit his ear.
Correct.
Yeah, it's like, what a great way to keep your dog-like reputation of like, everyone's just talking about that guy's crazy.
Yeah.
No one's talking about how he was losing.
He's getting his ass
by Evander Holyfield.
Yes. And Evander Holyfield, to me, was always a better boxer.
Yeah.
Like he beat up Buster Douglas after he beat the shit out of Tyson. Like he was the guy we should all be looking at.
But I love
him.
Conor McGregor said something really interesting too. He said, when I got, like every time I said I was going to do something, if I was going to eat something, I was going to go to bed at a certain time. If I was going to train a certain time, I was going to train a little hard, do an extra thing. And I didn't do that, it was a defeat. So every time I said I was going to do something and I didn't do it, it was a defeat. Every time I said I wasn't going to drink and I drank, it was a defeat. So by the time I got to that cage, to me, when I was in the octagon, all those defeats culminated and I was like, I don't belong here and I shouldn't be here. When he did the opposite, he was like, oh, I'm ready. Ilia Topuria, you can see, works so hard. When he steps in that I think it's probably a great metaphor for life in general. You look, you can do everything right and still lose, but I'm saying that is like when you do the small weak things, they culminate into a large, either weak or strong thing.
Yeah, victories all day.
All day, man. All day. It's why you see excellence, people who are at the top of their game, they're disciplined as shit about everything.
My routine's disgusting.
Damn right.
I'm telling you, it's
even
wild.
now that you're sober.
What's that?
Even now that you're
Well, I mean, it's like it's so regimented. It's gross like that
be.
way.
Yeah, but good for you.
I had a girl come stay at my house in Los Angeles, and she's a delight. There's nothing wrong with this woman. She's incredible, and I couldn't wait to have her out of there. I got to get back to what I do.
Yeah, I
have this.
You can't fuck this
I've just literally have. I eat this. I work out. I go do this. I'm doing this. Then I go to the comedy club. Then after the comedy club, I make myself my little bullshit at night. Then I do my little night routine. And then I watch YouTube. And then I fall asleep. Then I wake up and hike. And I have this whole thing.
You can see it though on you.
Yeah.
It's a night and day thing with you.
Well, thank you. And everything was off with her there.
Yeah,
she's like, "What are we gonna do now?" And I was like, "I don't know what the fuck you're gonna do now." I got a whole thing. I
start
do.
cleaning your
schedule.
house?
My house has never been.
That's what happened. That when I was younger and a girl was there, and I, lovely lady, but I just wanted to get on with my day. I'd be like, I'd start cleaning the house. I'd start just clean. I'd be like, I gotta get.
And hopefully they pick up the message.
Yeah, but I could never.
I felt terrible because I was not being that kind to her.
And you start doing the
but it was just like this thing that was there that I was like, I can't do this.
You start doing the fake yawn, like, what do you got going on today?
But she was a delight. She was literally like, what's the Wi-Fi password? I'm like, oh, God damn it, you need the Wi-Fi password. She's like, do you have a charger? I was like, yeah, I got a charger for you. You didn't bring a charger.
Can I get a drawer?
She's like, I'm cold. Do you have a hoodie I can wear? I go, oh, fucking gotta go up to my hoodie.
This is not in the routine.
Yeah, but she did nothing. She's just being a person.
Can't fuck up the routine, man.
This summer, Pluto TV is exploding with thousands of free movies. Summer of Cinema is here. Feel the explosive action all summer long with movies like Gladiator, Mission Impossible, Beverly Hills Cop, Good Burger, and Transformers: Dark of the Moon. Bring the action with you and stream for free from all your favorite devices. Pluto TV. Stream now. Pay never.
Yeah, but I'm very regimented about all that stuff.
Brother, we haven't seen you. It's I think, one of the biggest moments of the year, but you got passed by the comedy
Yeah,
Store.
I'm very excited about it. I think I'm the only person on record that has it being filmed of me getting passed.
Yeah.
That social media guy was on it. That wasn't my team or anything.
Yeah.
No one in my crew knew that I was going to get passed.
You had no clue?
No.
Can I just bring up one thing? Like because you posted on Instagram, so I thought it was interesting. There was a picture of you talking to Marc Maron.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Did you have beef with him or something?
So all that happened was that when I was an open micer, Marc Maron was very rude to me. And I went on Bert Kreischer's podcast and I was trashing Mark because I was just trying to make a point that on Marc Maron's podcast, when I listen to it, he'll be like, I'm going to make up an artist, but he would say like, I met Jimmy Page and he was a fucking asshole. And I was like, I thought it was interesting that when he meets his heroes and they're rude, he doesn't draw a correlation about how he treats people that meet him. When I was a young comic, I met him and it didn't go the way I'd hoped and it pissed me off. And I've been holding on to that forever.
And so Maron went on Bert Kreischer's and Bert Kreischer brings this up.
Yeah, and Bert just goes like, Jeff Dye was in here trashing you. I was like, Bert, don't bring it up like that.
Yeah.
And then Bert did try to explain it a little bit and Marc Maron just dunked on me and was like,
Maron just goes, I've never heard of him.
I don't even know who the fuck this is, which was funny.
I believe he probably didn't know.
Sure,
yeah.
Like, and also, but he kind of proved my point that he doesn't care. He looked rude by saying that, in my opinion. But all the comments were just, fat female comics and like door guys that are like, yeah, Jeff Dye sucks. So that kind of hurt my feelings. And then also, I thought it was interesting. One of the guys goes, oh, did Jeff Dye get his feelings hurt? And I was like, yes.
Yeah, it sucks, man.
Yeah, that's why I brought it up. My feelings. Dude. I have feelings. They were hurt. That's the whole point.
That's why all this time later, it bothers me.
It bothers me.
Yeah.
So anyways, long story short, Marc Maron comes up to me at the Comedy Store and he's coming right at me and he's looking at me.
You're in the hallway
So
there.
it's like a shark coming at me. I go, oh, it's going to happen
By
now.
the OR?
Yeah, by the OR. I just got passed like that week. And he comes right up to me and just... I, as a smartass, I said, hi, I'm Jeff Dye. Because he said he'd never heard of me. He doesn't know who I am. And then he kind of smirked. And then he goes, you want to talk about it? And I was like, yeah. I mean, I also grabbed him by his arms and I said, hey, dude, you don't have to do this. I'm giving you the out right now. It was just me. I got my feelings hurt. Like you said, it didn't go my way, and I wished it would have because I looked up to you. And it's okay. We don't have to do this. He goes, no, I think we should. And we talked and we hashed it out for about 15 minutes. I told him everything.
What did he say?
He was upset because I went on Kevin Brennan's and called him a smug prick. And he goes, I'm fine with that. I am a smug prick, which he chuckled about. He was great sense of humor about it, great like attitude about it. Yeah. He was more upset about what Kevin Brennan will go hard.
Savage.
And Kevin Brennan's like, that's why his girlfriend died, you know? He's like, oh, and I didn't say any of that. Yeah. But I'm also not going to defend Mark on that podcast when he's being, you know, I just kind of stayed quiet while Kevin said.
Good for Mark for making it right.
And he was really good. It went really well. It was very nice for me, probably better for me than for Mark. Mark, you know, just is aware of me for the last few weeks. So long story short, my favorite part was Mark got a big smirk on his face and he goes, this went better than I thought it would. And I was like, yeah, it did. And we shook hands and we're good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's all I wanted in the first place.
Yeah.
Do you realize that's all this is?
Yes.
We just want to be included in the reindeer games. We want to have like some mutual friendship. Have you guys seen the movie Empire Records?
Yes.
With Adam Sandler?
No, it's with Liv Tyler. I'm not sure who else is in the movie.
Is that girl from...
I said yes, and I have
that Bridget Jones Diary?
Yeah, her.
I thought you were talking about with Brendan Fraser.
No, it's different.
Empire Records.
You're thinking of Airheads.
Who's in it?
No.
She was
Liv
Tom
Tyler.
Cruise,
Just put it up real quick. The cover box, they'll recognize it. This movie. You seen this?
No,
all right. If you haven't seen it, don't worry. I'll tell you this scene. Listen to this. So these are cool kids who all work at this record store. And it's like they're the coolest kids. They're funny. They're hot. They've all got their own little drug addictions and their little sexual things. And they work at the coolest place. And there's this one kid named Warren. And he's this punk kid that goes to high school with him. He's probably an underclassman or something. And he always keeps coming into the record store. And he's got a shitty little attitude. And his name's Warren. He's played by whatever actors, probably. Doesn't matter. Warren comes in. And at the end of the movie, Warren comes in with a gun. And he's like shooting rounds in the place. And he's like, you guys think you're so fucking cool. And they're like, whoa, Warren, like what's going on? He goes, look at you. You think you're so fucking great. And they're like, is that it, Warren? Do you just want to work here? And he's like, no, that's the problem with you guys. You think you're so fucking cool, but now I'm in charge. Shooting the place. And then he's like, Warren, if you want to work here, you can work here.
Just say it, man.
And he's like, well, why would he hire me? You know, like, especially not now. And they're like, we could probably figure it out, dude. Is that it? You want to work here? And that's all, anything you've ever heard me say about Marc Maron or the Comedy Store. Yeah. It's just, I just wanted to be included.
Yeah, man.
I wanted the store to say, hey, dude, you're in. You know,
it's amazing how you didn't get included in as funny as you are. And to think of the people that got passed from what I've heard in the past
before Jeff
5 years. That's
and
I assumed you were passed. I assumed you were passed.
Yeah, a lot of people did.
But Rose is the difference maker.
She's awesome.
She's awesome.
But it's all like any insecurity, any like whatever, where you go, oh man, like I've heard you trash the store before. It's like, yeah, I'm a little boy that has not been included. I just wanted to be there.
But and even with the comics that are talking shit, they've all taken their shots at me. When I see them in person, they're all like, yeah, sorry, man.
Yeah, of course.
All of them are not that. Obviously, physically, I can threaten them. I've never done that in my life. All of them are super cool.
Yeah.
You name it. Name me when you see on the internet. When I see them in person, like, yeah, I'm sorry.
I don't remember. I think what happened to comedy is also politics got into the clubs, and that never was the case when I was coming up. We weren't thinking about. We were just thinking about trying to be funny.
Right.
And now you've got these teams like this. Like they tried the woke brigade tried to break into comedy. Problem is they're not funny.
Yeah.
They're humorless.
But I think that was their opportunity. Like whether they're on the left or right, that was their opportunity to get rid of whatever side these good comics are on. It was their opportunity to get rid of them or make sure that they had their shot.
Yeah. Women ruined it. Yeah. That's what it is. I'll take the bullet here. Listen. In Hollywood, before any of us were in show business, the big problem was that men ran everything, right? So they go, that's the problem with Hollywood. It's a bunch of men making decisions.
Business
and it probably
booming.
was.
Business was booming.
It probably
was a booming.
A bunch of guys objectifying women and then 100%. Giving their buddies the roles, right? Probably. I don't know. I wasn't around.
I was around, and that is exactly what it was, yeah.
Well, now the answer to that problem would probably be like, put some women in power position, mix it up. The answer isn't to just only put women in
and
power.
kill all the men.
So now it's the opposite problem.
Yes.
Now you just have women running everything. Comedy Central's ran by 4 women. The Zanies is booked by a woman. It's managed by a woman. It's the Comedy Store is Emily and her ragtag group of lesbian comic friends. They're just running it all. They sent my special over. They go, I don't think Samantha liked your special. I go, it did. Oh, really? Did Samantha not like Jeff Dye's special?
Samantha, whoever that is, she's never made
of course, the answer isn't all women.
Emily wasn't always like that. That's what's weird. A lot of people.
She used to be nice to me. Yeah.
Emily used to be my girl. She was awesome.
Yeah.
I still have nothing but respect for her.
Well, I don't have any respect for her, but she used to be really nice.
I still do, but something's happened. I don't during that whole COVID thing. It's just it was like this almost brainwashing, and you're just like,
something.
What happened?
Yeah, I don't know what it was. I mean, I'm guessing it's my politics, or maybe the girls that she was friends with, they were in her ear of he's a bad guy, we don't want him. But whatever it was that Emily had against me,
I know
she also had it against Trevor Wallace, Matt Rife, Shane Gillis. There seems to be a pattern here. Yeah. That seems pretty prejudiced to straight white guys. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to put a label on it. I hate when anyone plays a victim on that shit.
What happened to her? Did she get fired?
Yeah, they let her go, and there's a new booker.
Mm-hmm.
I even sent her a nice text. I was like, listen, just so you know, I'm not running around celebrating that you're not here anymore like other people
I like
are.
Emily.
Yeah. I thought she was a delight. She was a very nice chick, back in the day. And then then at one point she just said, I'm not even going to, I could be in front of her and go, hi, Emily. Nothing. I sent her a long voice memo when I was going through my steps in AA, to make amends. And since she wasn't going to talk to me, I just sent a voice memo going, hey, I've been a drunk asshole 1,000,000 times. I've also said drunk asshole things. I've misrepresented myself a lot, even though I'm a good guy. And I just want to let you know, no reply. I know she listened to the voice memo. It disappears. So we're that's why I don't respect her, is because he could at least send a thing back.
Maybe she didn't know how to handle it.
Or just say, thanks for the apology. I don't forgive you. Whatever. You could send anything, but just to go, just to ice me out. Felt
me
terrible.
too. Me too. Yeah. And she was my ride or die. And then she had some issue happen with her. She got the Bronco, the Sport, not the Raptor version Bronco, but she got the Sport. They came out first, and she was asking me questions about the Bronco, and I was like, oh yeah, this. And then someone backed into it while I was at the store. We were all hanging out there. I'm like, oh, don't worry, I can fix it. And she's like, no, I got it. Don't touch it. I'm like, all right, what's happening? Yeah. And then that boom,
whatever that was,
happened, boom, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah, it's very strange. There was a chapter. I don't know. It could be my political shit. I know that a lot of people don't like my politics or whatever. Like you were saying, it's weird that now there's these 2 camps which shouldn't exist.
They can fuck right off.
I know. It is dumb.
Anybody like that can fuck right off if that's the case.
It's so silly.
I'll be friends with a fucking socialist, even though I think they're wrong. It's
well, and also my whole career, I've just listened to a bunch of gay and liberal shit, and I'm fine with it. I go, yeah, I'm in comedy. There's gonna be all, they don't ask me if I agree.
It's an insecurity. It's you just.
But at the end of the day, if you're running the Comedy Store, you don't get it twisted. It happens to be a bar that puts comics up. They have to sell tickets.
Thanks.
So then they go, shit, this woke stuff's not working, and I know we have they them on the lineup, but they were not selling tickets.
Yeah, that's the difference.
And then 2 years goes by, and they're like, man, we're in the negative.
Right.
What's the difference?
Is that what happened?
Yeah. And
I don't know. But yeah, that's... But
and they go, what are we going to do? And then someone goes, hey, remember 5 years ago when we just booked the best comics?
Yeah,
male, female.
Funny was the only thing that
white,
mattered.
Black, Korean. Remember, we didn't care.
Well, people don't
We're
realize
actually making the most money we've ever made.
That's what I will say about Rose.
Let's go back to that.
Is obviously anyone listening to this is going to go, well, of course Jeff likes Rose because she passed him at the store and she likes his bullshit. But here's the thing. Rose doesn't care if you're a left-leaning, she wants you to move tickets, and she wants you to be funny.
Yep.
And that is pretty old school thinking.
She's running a business.
Right.
Why is the mothership crushing selling every night? There's no politics.
No.
Yeah.
You good? Are you good? Yeah, but my pronouns, we don't give a fuck.
Right.
You tell good jokes?
We don't care.
People will entertain? Okay, go.
That's right.
That's why
audiences aren't going, maybe if I could just know who they were fucking at night.
Yeah.
Maybe I'd identify with this comedian more if I know where he lodged his blood-filled genitals at the end of the night.
Yeah, we went so crazy. The world went so nuts.
Yeah.
It was
the LA Times was calling the Comedy Store back in asking what the lineup was.
Really?
I mean,
Yeah.
You know,
and to be fair, to be fair to Emily, you know, young girl, she's you know, has the reins of the Comedy Store, and you got LA Times calling. She's like, "Fuck, man, what do I do?" You know?
Maybe.
Well, I know what we would have done, but also, you know, who knows?
Yeah.
I really liked Emily back in the day. I met her when she worked at Comedy Central, and she was very sweet to me.
Yeah, I still do.
And something changed.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Well, the state of comedy is alive and well.
That's it. So how's Austin been, boys?
Great.
That's been great.
Loving it.
Yeah. Took a little bit, you know. Took a little bit.
How bit? What do you mean?
I mean, 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
2 weeks.
That's not much.
But those 2 weeks were stressful.
Still.
You know, I was like, oh, I made a mistake.
No.
Yeah.
But then everyone tells you like, oh, for the kids and all this, but like me and my wife walk around the neighborhood every night and I'm like, I can't believe we fucking live here.
It's pretty cool.
Like something, it's like
Well,
pleasant.
some people get addicted to that feeling.
Oh, man.
Some people will literally move every few whatever. Like you see these girls who don't have like any person in their life, so they just like travel the world.
Yep.
You know, that eat, pray, love bullshit. It's like because you can reinvent yourself.
Yep.
It is a fresh start.
Yep.
You make new routines, which is exciting. They always say, you know, take the road less traveled, or you know, take a different route to work, because that is like this. That makes life very exciting.
Yeah.
So like, be doing it. It's a great idea for your family.
scary
It's a great
for
idea
sure.
for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great. I love it.
Yeah, but it's been great.
And also, there's like, you guys aren't poor, so if it sucks, you can leave. You'll find a new place.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't. And I
Worst case scenario, you go, we move back, or we go to somewhere else. That's
and I
worst
think the
case.
misconception is like, oh, you know, we moved here. I moved here to be close to the mothership or Rogan and stuff like that. I'm not really in that scene anymore.
Yeah.
Like I moved for the safety,
Which is great.
and the
Texas.
sports and the sport, and all that.
Yeah,
you know,
which is great.
yeah. Like I'm not in that world anymore.
Yeah.
yeah.
When
you
you coming
can't-
back, that's the question.
I can't see myself doing
Never?
that. No, I can't.
Really?
Me neither.
No.
I actually don't miss LA. I mean, I did.
I didn't say
miss
when
it.
he's come back.
No,
To LA. I said when he's come back
yeah.
to comedy.
Oh,
Brian's like, me neither. Ever. I'm like, you quit
Yeah, I was like,
too?
wait, you quit comedy?
Yeah, I'm like, wait, hold on. What happened with
I
you?
quit today, guys.
Yeah.
I quit today.
That's on
I
it.
quit
Well, you know that
everything I
whole
wanted
Craig
to do.
Robinson thing. He said he quit comedy and it went viral. He was like on all the like tabloids. That's not real. I
He's just fucking around.
think that's a bit.
How's he doing?
He's good. He looks great. He's lost weight. He's
Yeah, he's
all
great.
jacked.
He's
and
big,
shit. He's
big,
dressed
big,
nice.
big guy. Like,
Yeah, but he looks fantastic. In fact, so
a
much
great
that I
guy.
think Craig Robinson probably thinks I'm gay or something. Because the last 10 times I've seen him, I'm like, you look great.
He's like, cool, man.
Thank you,
He's
thank
awesome.
you. You know,
Yeah,
he's
he's
wearing a cowboy hat around, and I'm like, hey, you know, I got to shake.
He's
your
one of my
hand for this.
favorites.
he is a big man, actually.
He used to
You
be.
should see him lately, man. He looks trim as hell.
Damn.
He's awesome though.
Yeah, but he said he quit comedy. It's not real. I don't believe it.
I didn't believe it either.
Didn't
And if I'm wrong, I'll admit I'm wrong. But like, I was under the impression it's a total bit. And my buddy Enrique, if I am wrong, it's Enrique's fault.
I thought Maron stopped his podcast.
No idea.
Who?
Marc Maron.
Really?
He's been, he's one of the OGs.
Yeah.
And then eventually he was like, I'm just kind of over it. But then on my fucking Apple, like new episodes are popping up.
What could you be over it about talking to your buddies for a bunch of money?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, not every podcast
Look,
makes
see
a bunch
this.
of money.
All good things come to an end. This
Wow.
is the end. Scroll in chin so I can read. 'cause
fine.
I don't have Superman.
Wow.
Who is this? Maron, or is this?
This is Baron. The
Or
end is
Craig Robinson.
nigh for most,
is
generally
what the-
speaking, but most really the end of
Wow, it's coming in
WTF
the fall.
podcast is coming in end in the fall.
Oh, interesting.
Brendan and I, not me, understand that only reason we would stop the show was if one of us was ready to stop. So that happened for both of us. We're tired, people, burnt out. He's been doing it for fucking how?
And he's been acting
2016?
and doing a lot of stuff. Stand
He's in
up.
big movies.
He
yeah.
is a good actor. Got to give the devil his due.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
I got a great Marc Maron anecdote, or not anecdote, but like a thing I think he would like to hear. So occasionally, a person in the audience will say something that like is a perfect moment, you know. So Marc Maron's up there. This is in 2008. He's on stage at Giggles Comedy Club, and he's doing his bit. And he had this bit at the time where he was like, "I yell at my girlfriend, but I just yell at her, you know." And my neighbors, you know, they can hear us yelling. So whenever I go out to the mailbox or I go to the trash can, I can sense that my neighbors are looking at me like, oh, that's the piece of shit. And so I just go, I'm not hitting her, you know, which was the punchline for the thing. And it's got this great pop. It's an interesting little story. And then someone in the audience heckles and goes, I could help you with that. And you just watched Mark get furious. Like, oh, what are you gonna fix me, guy? You know, what are you, a fucking therapist? You can help me with that? And the guy just goes, I install windows. And the whole place just pops, and even Marc Maron, like in this like charming way, was
hilarious.
like, "Oh, you really can help me. Like you're just gonna install windows.
I install windows,
dude. It was beautiful,
dude. I was at the Comedy Store one time, and Mark, man, he's closing or something. I went on before him, and then there's these two drunk, big Australian dudes in the front, hammered. And Mark's doing his thing, and he keeps like, all right, fellas, calm down. And then he starts tearing into him, and then he goes, fuck. He goes, because now I'm going to see you in the parking lot now.
Oh, yeah,
you guys are going to fuck me up.
Yeah.
He's like, now I'm thinking about that. I'm trying to finish my set. He's like, God damn. And security's around. I'm looking at security. I'm like, oh, man, Mark is kind of fucked. So then this is how much I admired Maron. I waited around to make sure those guys didn't do it. Maron doesn't know this.
Dude, that's really nice.
And I had to get home, too.
How great would that have been, though, if those two guys tried to fuck with Mark?
I was going to help Mark out.
Shows up and goes, you can get through me.
Yeah. Yeah, the security's like, don't worry, man, we got this. I know, because this fat like dude. I'm like, you have a gun? He goes, no. I'm like, all right, man, what are you gonna do?
You're gonna need me.
Look at those guys.
They were big.
Yeah, two big.
You ever heard my Comedy Cellar story?
No.
Probably one of the most famous Jeff Dye things at the Comedy Cellar in New York was there was a girl that just kept like being a nuisance. So it became like the chatter upstairs, like, yeah, there's a girl, she's being loud or whatever. So after like 3 comics, everyone going, yeah, this girl wouldn't shut the fuck up, or she was laughing at the wrong parts, or she's just drunk. I get on stage, so I'm already a little like, when you're like ready to go, you're waiting for someone to give you an excuse, So she says something on my first joke before I could even get to the thing. And I go, you know what? Everyone upstairs hates you. I don't know if you know that. Every comic that's come up here is talking about you and how terrible of an audience member you are. And I want to just tell you to leave or call you a cunt, but I'm a real comedian. I'm not going to do that. And the whole place is like, he just said cunt, Yeah. And I go, in my head, I'm going, call her a cunt, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to see if you behave for the rest of my set. And so she gets out and storms out, and then she's with these giant men who also storm out. So then I do the rest of my set, probably got, probably 12 more minutes. I do pretty good, and everyone's happy that I got her out of there. They all clapped, and I was like, I don't know why another comic didn't just do this before I did. So, and especially at that time, I'm like the nice comic. I'm like the smiley Jeff guy, jokes about cats, and I called this woman a cunt a bunch of times. And so I get off stage, I'm feeling all good about myself, about to go upstairs and drink, and the security guy is this black guy who's like putting on batting gloves.
You're like, what's that?
And he goes, hey man, stand by me. I was like, what? He goes, those guys that left with her, they were like giant Russian dudes.
Yeah.
Oh,
they were like, they said to me, hey, we're coming back for him. Yeah. And so just stick with me. They got all the security guards from the Fat Black Pussycat, all the door guys for the Cellar, just some big black boys. And they literally lined on the street, and on the other side of the street of McDougal was these Russian dudes.
They did come back.
Yeah, they came back, and they were just waiting. And I've never been more scared. I'm not a fight guy.
No.
So I'm just upstairs like drinking whiskey going, I can't even go to my other spots at Gotham and shit because I don't want to go outside.
Yeah.
And so those guys, the security guys for the Cellar, stayed there until those guys got bored and just left. Jesus. And then
guys
one of them
willing to come back, especially Russians.
Oh my God. And they were like ready to do business. And one of the security guys even walked me to my apartment, like, cause I lived a few blocks down on, down the street, the village. Anyways, long story short, I bought them all bottles of alcohol.
Hell yeah.
And I was like, dude, the fact that you would fight for me is
cool.
like the greatest, like that's the
cool.
highest honor.
Yeah,
I'll do
cool.
anything you guys want. I want
remember
money.
at the Comedy Store, I won't say his name, but I'll tell you afterwards. The comic is up there, and he says to the girl, well, you're a dumb bitch, right? You're a dumb bitch.
To someone in the audience?
And he just,
but it was a little,
but it was also a little bit too much.
Yeah, it's not that
I
funny.
kind of found it disconcerting.
Even the audience goes, ooh.
And she goes, you should be careful. My boyfriend's a Marine. And she goes, well, you're a Marine boyfriend. And I look at the Marine, and he's just this.
Rick Shithouse.
And the guy on there, I was like, you've never done a sport. You've never been punched in the face, dude. And
You're
I can tell you right now,
yeah.
you have a false insecurity. He goes, well, your Marine boyfriend right there is with a dumb bitch. You're a dumb bitch.
Which I respect.
I love
he
this.
doubled
Right.
down, yeah.
And then it got quiet, and he got even meaner. And that Marine was waiting outside
sure.
the fucking OR, just sitting there like this. And I remember going up to him, and his back was like this. And he was a young guy. And I came up and I said, "Are you waiting for the comic, you know, you waiting for him, and he goes, yeah, can't talk to my girl that way. And I remember I said,
that's a rule.
I said, I understand.
That's a
I
code.
do understand, but there's zero upside to this. I promise.
Yeah.
There's zero upside, because what's going to happen if you do that is you're going to get just converged on by too many people, especially security. And I talked him out of it.
Really?
He was cool.
I said, I get it. I understand you're doing this, but there's no upside to this. Take it from an older guy.
Yeah.
And and he took off.
Also,
But I remember
defending the
him-
honor of your girl against some like probably drug addict comic.
Yeah, but
huge
he was a young warrior who just.
Yeah, no, I
felt
get
he had
the
to do
Marine
something.
more
I
than
get
the
the Marine.
comic.
Yeah, I get the Marine.
You know what I would have told him? I'd have been like, hey man, listen to this. I think you should scare this comic and just have a very direct conversation.
No, because the problem was what
I told the-
she
I
got
would
Don't beat
she
the
got
fuck
up,
out of this
but she
comic.
got
There's
up
nothing
and
in that
She
for
got
you.
up and left.
I would
He
told the Marine,
waited.
be careful, man. He has AIDS.
Well,
And then just walk
so
away.
here's the other thing I did. So he got up. He got
don't
up.
wanna hit him,
he
dude. He's got
up and left.
monkeypox.
He
He has
got up and
monkeypox,
left,
man.
right? And then
He's a biter.
And then the girl wasn't there. I don't know. And then he was waiting. You know Steve Howie. One of my favorite people. He's an actor. He was on. Bring up Steve Howie. He's on Flawless, I think, or whatever the fuck it was. You know him? He's the best.
doesn't look
He's
familiar.
every bit of 6'5",
Yeah, I've seen
and
him
every
before
bit
in
of
something.
240 pounds. Bring him over with the shirt off. He's a fucking. When he was younger, an absolute house. Played college basketball.
Oh yeah,
And
you fucked my ex-girlfriend.
the greatest guy. Did he?
Just any guy that's on the internet. I go, fuck my ex-girlfriend.
He's the greatest.
She fucks everybody,
He's
so.
the greatest, funniest motherfucker on the planet. I love him so much. He was on. He's never stopped working as an actor, and he used to be married to Sarah Sahi. Who's that girl?
Why are you telling us who he's married to?
All right,
Who
it doesn't
cares?
matter. So he comes to see me do stand up,
Story.
and he's sitting there, and these fucking rough-looking dudes, rough-looking guys, are sitting at a table. And I remember, you know me, I clock because I'm gay. I clock these dudes. They're just big, they're strong.
Yeah.
And I was like, these guys look like studs. I felt a little like, oof. And the one guy keeps looking back at Steve's girl. He just keeps looking back at her like this. And Steve's like this. Steve's fucking,
He's
Steve's
clocking
a
his
big
girl.
fucking dude. So Steve's like this, going like this. And finally the guy comes back. And all I know is, I don't know what he said, but he says something like that. And Steve goes, are you fucking stupid, dude? Are you stupid? That's my wife. And the guy gets up and Steve gets up like this. And they're about to go. And Steve's wearing an Argyle fucking sweater vest.
Yeah.
But he's big. And then these other guys are there. And I got to go up next.
Yeah.
And I grab the guy right there in the showroom at the Improv and I go, hey, dude, I got to talk to you. He's a detective. And all his friends who are also detectives in the LAPD are at the bar. He wants this, and so do they. If you fucking do something and actually fight him, they're going to converge on you and fucking crush you. And the guy sat down.
Alan keeps
and
using converge.
They sat down and they fucking, that's all I had.
Also, you're just
We're really
teaching
sorry, we're
everybody
really
like
sorry.
the power of lying.
Yeah, but fuck off, man. I had to do something,
It'd be
man.
funny if one of those guys like, hey, he's full of shit. That guy's from Shameless.
Yeah, that's right. By the
an
way, he was on
actor.
TV, so
Yeah.
they could have done that. But
Yeah, his girl.
so
To be
funny.
fair to those goons, his girl is very pretty.
Oh, she's yeah, gorgeous, ridiculous, and also another like very successful actress.
How old are these pictures? She does look good.
She's gorgeous. She doesn't. They're not married anymore, I don't think. But
No, they're not. They
yeah,
divorced.
But he's the best. Yep. Anyway, that story didn't really go anywhere. But
No, I love it.
And he kept saying,
What are you
converge.
talking about?
That's a fun story.
Come on, buddy.
thanks,
All right.
buddy. Thanks.
It's a little long.
Well, you know, it'd be better though if they ended up fighting, but they didn't. Nothing.
No,
happened.
it's just you
But-
keep using this strategy of going, you're
you can
outnumbered.
diffuse a
He
fight.
keeps lying.
You can
A
diffuse a
psycho
fight.
would go, I don't care, I'm outnumbered. Let's fucking do this.
Yeah.
You know, like
Those guys knew. They
get
sat
some
down. I think they
bloodlust.
bought him. I think they bought him drinks actually after that.
Really?
Yes. I think they sent some drinks as a sorry.
I've never been able to, or I've always been able to talk myself out of any like fight. Anytime it's about to go down, I've always been able to wiggle my way out of it with words.
Probably best.
There's
Yeah.
no upside, man. There's
Well, I'm not a fighter, so I'm always just able to like I'll be like, listen, man, I'm just drunk. I'm being an idiot. Like, let's relax.
Let me get you.
Sorry I said it. You know, like I'm just trying to get a laugh over here from these guys. Or I remember one time that I was with do you know Dana DeArmond, the adult film star, but she's also just like a cool chick. She's very funny for not being a comedian, but anyway, she's a cool chick, and we used to drink together sometimes. We were at this little bar called the Chimney Sweep, and she started popping off to this chick.
Is that her?
very pretty.
Yeah, She has like a million different looks. But anyway, she's a very funny chick. She's very, very funny. Anyway, she was at the chimney sweep. She's had a little too much to drink. She starts popping off at this like Latina chick. And this Latina chick starts popping off. They both just drank too much. They're just, these womanly behavior. And they start like getting chippy. And I see all the like Latino girls' guy friends are like,
trouble.
Yeah, we're at the chimney sweep. These dudes are, they're fine beating the fuck out of me and letting her get beat the fuck out by this chick. And I literally just walked right up to them all getting kind of ready. And I go, hey guys, she's just drunk. And this doesn't need to be anything. She's just drank too much. And she's, I guess on one or something. I don't know. I just want to let you know she's a drunk chick. This isn't worth it. And they were like, we appreciate that. And they like shook my hand and they sat back down.
That's good.
They told their girl to shut the fuck up. But I went back to Dana. I was like, I don't know what their problem is. But it completely diffused it because I was like, what? We're all going to
sometimes
fight on
that's all it
concrete?
takes.
Like, I'm going to get my ass kicked. She's definitely going to get her ass kicked by this chick, Like, it's not a win for anybody.
There's no win in that. Fuck that.
You watching enough fight videos on Twitter, you start going, I wonder what I'm made of. But then you're like, no, it's not worth
those
it.
problems.
Yeah. Getting punched in the face once is like, you don't ever want to do that again.
Yeah, or what happens if you fucking fall, hit your head on the bar or some shit, and then you're changed forever?
Yeah. I break my jaw. I need that.
Or you hit the guy and he falls and hits his head.
Fucked.
Yeah.
I had that happen.
I gotta take a piss, Chin.
Go for it. Take a break.
Take a piss.
Break time.
We were talking about while I was taking a piss, you need to have kids, and then Chin asked you about legacy, and you said you don't.
I asked Chin about legacy. Yeah, because
I think me and Jeff are on the same page.
It's not about legacy. They're just so fun.
Oh no, I'm saying like he was asking about my family name and like if that's carried on.
Like it's gonna die with Jeff.
I don't care about that. I think you would have so much fun with kids.
I know, I love kids.
You love
a lot to offer.
People and you love sports and watching your kids grow up. It's the best. And I never said that when I was your age, so I get it. I was the same way at your age. I was exactly the same way. I totally understand.
What do you get? I'll find some gorgeous, great woman who I love, and then I'll impregnate her, and we'll make a kid. It'll be the most meaningful thing that I've ever done.
Yeah, that could change.
And then the kid will be 3, and she'll start feeling unheard and jealous of my comedy career. And oh, who are these girls coming to your show? And then that'll cause a little tension that will later blossom into full tension. And now she's talking shit behind my back. By the time the kid's 6, she's divorced, taking half my fucking money.
That could also happen.
Why did I even do this? Now I see the kid 3 days a week, and I'm talking shit about his wife, about his mom.
But he's a hell of a baseball player. He's a hell of a baseball player.
He's meeting all the new girls coming in my life because now I'm trying to sow the oats for that I lost out when I had her.
Here's a better way. Wait till you're 50, done everything, all that. Then you sign a prenup and get married.
Maybe. I mean, I haven't ruled anything out. I had a vasectomy, yes, but I froze my sperm. You can also reverse a vasectomy. And people go, yeah, that's painful. It takes a lot of time. It's like, so does pregnancy.
Yeah.
So if she's willing to get pregnant.
50 is tough to have a kid. I mean, you counts the outlier. 50 is tough to have a kid. Yeah, he looks great. I'm sure he's playing with his kids all the time and present. They require so much energy.
It's a lot. And it's life-changing, and I like my life. So why am I changing it? I don't understand. I've got a very good life. I guess I'm very happy.
But you probably feel like you still have a lot more to do.
Oh, tons. Yeah, I've got like some goals, and I got some shit I'm trying to accomplish.
A lot of material in kids, though.
Sure. I just think.
How old are you, Jeff?
It shouldn't be something you just do. I'm 42.
Yeah, you get time.
Listen, when it comes to True Classic, you see this shirt I'm wearing right now? You see how it pops my face?
Dude, I knew it.
Look radiant. I know what you call this color. This is a True Classic shirt, okay?
It's called
Skinny
salmon?
guys like me like shirts that hug the shoulders and arms, hang loose in the front.
Dude, and not only skinny guys that are built like Kermit the Frog like you, but also UFC fighters. If you've seen the new commercial from True Classic that Brian created, you will see True Classic is worn by some of your faves. Misha Tate, Wonderboy, Lyoto Machida, Bisbing, Cejudo. They got everybody on there.
It's awesome.
Yep, we've been wearing True Classic for a hot second. You'll notice the difference the moment you throw one on. They're tailored exactly where you want it, relax where you need it. Take out all the BS. It's actually good stuff. The best shirts on the planet. They got joggers, button-ups, tanks. They got everything. You can grab them at Target, Costco, or head on over to trueclassic.com/fighter. Get hooked up today. True Classic.
It's funny too. It's like so many girls have been like, why would you do that? Why would you get a vasectomy? I'm like, oh, I don't know. I'd like to have babies on my terms.
Yeah.
fair.
Why are you on birth control?
Yeah, like why? Like only you get to decide? You know, like that's not fair to me.
Or you can just wear a condom. But
Well, but that's the other thing. There's a lot of human error. There's a lot of things happen.
Wear a condom.
It's for pussies. I'm with you. I don't agree with them.
I'm sorry, sir. What?
Why'd you bring it up? You know?
Why'd you bring it
We're
up?
all anti-condom.
I don't know. I've been anti-condom
I can't
all my
believe you
life.
just said that.
I asked Chan about legacy because I watched an interview with Aaron Judge when he was like 20-something. He plays in New York City. And they say to Aaron Judge, they go, you know, Jerry Seinfeld, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, who's that? And they're like, Jerry Seinfeld. Right? And he goes, I don't. And they go, they're from the show Seinfeld. He goes, I don't know the show.
Oh, man.
He didn't know the show. He didn't know the stand-up comedian Jerry Seinfeld, which in my mind breaks my brain because like Jerry Seinfeld's like my
Is it
comedy
an age
Buddha.
thing you saying?
He's 23.
Yeah.
22 or whatever when the interview happened. Here's the thing. He has his own Jerry Seinfeld.
Yes.
He's going to us going, you guys don't know Mr. Beast or whoever the fuck young people like. If that's how the world works. If you think you're going to be remembered,
You're not.
Stop holding on to it. You won't.
No.
But when my dad was growing up, he was like, nobody better than Johnny Unitas. And they're like, shut up, dude. It's Joe Montana. It's Terry Bradshaw. And he's like, nah, Johnny
all
Unitas
time
was the
period
guy.
related.
Now we go Tom Brady. Everyone goes, no, or the old guys go Terry Bradshaw, Joe Montana.
Yep.
And then we're going to be talking about Tom Brady. We're going to sound so old to our kids.
Yes.
They're going to be like, it's Patrick Mahomes or whoever the new little darling.
The only ones that stay in time are like guys like Abe Lincoln, George
In
Washington.
a way,
Like even our kids
we still don't know dick about.
They're mythic. They're more
mythical.
mythology.
They
like
also,
Babe Ruth is more mythology for us.
Yeah, we could go on about him. But then there's like Martin Luther King, and like even my kids when they come home from school, I'm like, you want the real story, dude?
Right.
You know, there's like that now.
Have you seen?
I'm like, you want me to give you the real?
that's my
fucking
point, is like,
story?
Have you
So
seen
just-
tape of Babe Ruth, like the way he runs and stuff?
Oh, yeah, it was terrible.
I wonder.
They didn't even have a strike zone back then. He just would tell them pitch high to me, and they would throw it high, and he did home runs.
but
he had a great eye problem.
Yeah, but to be fair, they did his bat speed, like they measured his bat speed from those swings back then, and it would still be like top 3 now.
Wow.
Yeah, don't get like
Okay.
A lot of, and Jeff knows more
The
so than
outliers,
anyone.
the outliers.
I just mean he wasn't an athlete. He was like a
he certainly
skilled
didn't
hitter.
run very
You know.
well. Bring up Babe Ruth running bases. I was like, damn.
But what
I'm
I was
sure he
what I
could
was
hit
trying to
ball.
make the point of is like, you can let go of this idea that they're going to make a statue of you and you're going to be revered.
No, I think it's more important when you have kids, you know. So
Yeah.
like, you know, but then eventually that's even
of it-
get
part of
phased
it,
out
what
because
is
then
why?
they have kids, and then it's like, oh, great grandpa is a beast, and they're like, I don't give a fuck, dude.
Right.
You know, it's like what?
Well, like even like think about you walk by someone's
Look at this
statue.
run.
That's a home run trot right there.
But he hit a home run.
Yeah, since it's already out of the park. That he can
Yeah,
just do whatever.
yeah, okay. Yeah.
No, there's a lot of stats they can do now that like
Yeah.
he was a monster.
Right.
Yeah. Fat monster. you
Fatty,
know?
fatty.
But there's some big baseball players.
Look at this weird swing.
And then he just get hammered right after.
What was I going to say? So my point is just like people think this idea that like you're going to be revered and remembered. I find a lot of peace in letting go of that and going like, it's okay. You don't have to, no one needs you to be Tom Brady. No one needs you to be it's okay. Like your statue's just going to get bird shit on it and people are going to walk by.
I
and
think
go,
it's different if you have kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little bit. You want
How they hold on to
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what they do with it, it's whatever. But at least you did your part with them.
Yeah.
You know?
Just enjoy your life. Live in
Like you
the
want them to
moment.
think Dad's Superman. Now it doesn't mean Dad has to have a fucking statue or a banner up
Yeah.
at fucking Wrigley Field. But you know, even if that UPS work, if he's a damn good dad,
Yeah.
they're still gonna think he's Superman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I just let go of the whole legacy thing. The whole thing of thinking that we need to carry on our family. You know, it's
In
like
the grand scheme of things, it does not matter. We're just a fucking grain of sand. in
someone
time.
will later live in my home and they won't know
That's
who
right.
I was.
That's right.
And someone will later
They're still paying
walk
property
these
taxes.
streets. No one's, they might see a picture
There's
of me.
that
and
old
go,
saying, who is the philosopher? Say never that I lost something, only that I gave it back.
Yeah, that's good.
I
That's
hate
what we're
that.
here for a short
Yeah.
time. Enjoy it. You know, be
I'm
in the
borrowing
present.
this for now.
And that makes me happy to not worry
Or
about needing a
depressed.
statue.
Or no.
depressed.
No, it doesn't depress.
None of this matters. I remember you and I were doing a show in like Brea together when we were doing Fire and the Kid live. This is fucking 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Remember you and I were driving there and Will called, Will Sasso, and he has anxiety. And he was like, man, I just, like sometimes when I look at Spaceman, I realize how fucking small we are.
He called you to tell you that?
Yeah, and no, he didn't know I was in the car. I'm just like, And because he had like this big audition, he's like, and I put in perspective. I look at Earth, I look at the moon, I look at Saturn, and I think, what? Who the fuck cares? And he's like breaking down by molecule.
Sure.
And I was like, okay.
But
also, isn't that like
just recently he's in Italy, and he goes, I'm going to a museum. I get this text. I'm like, all right, whatever. And then
He just sends Brian pictures of dicks.
I just get dick pics from the
literally
every
20 dick pics.
Just every statue.
it's hilarious.
And he's still sending them to me. Keep going.
But
Well, I
some
was
guys
just
are
trying to say like that, but like it is all pointless. But that's also what makes it kind of cool. Like it's like everything is rewarding, but it's also pointless. Like don't worry about
But
it.
are you also a guy that subscribes that we're in a simulation?
No,
I hate that.
Yeah, I don't believe it.
Only rich fucks say that.
No,
I've never heard a normal person
rich
say
fucks don't say that. That's just what scientists say.
that. No, it's not true. Elon Musk.
No, it is true, but it's not rich. It's like a scientific theory. It's not because they're rich. Like theoretical mathematicians and like physicists all
For sure.
say that. It's not about being
name
rich.
one. Name a real famous one that has a huge podcast.
Is
that
this
says
like
it.
Bitcoin, where
is
you're
the
gonna
one that
try and
pushes
fucking
it.
explain it to
those
me,
are the
but you
guys
can't?
that like those guys have a ton of theories. But I'm starting to get to the masses.
Also,
it
simulation
comes from
for
guys
who?
Like Elon Musk.
For what?
What are you
It's
saying?
just simulation for what? Like, what does it mean? What's the framework?
Well,
what do you mean it's a simulation? So
But
vague.
they're also going by numbers, saying like everything's
We're
a
a
number.
vibration and a code. Okay.
Well, yeah, but also the idea is that it's
predetermined.
We're already making simulations, right? So we're already making virtual reality is becoming so real. So if you were to extrapolate it out, right? If you keep going in that direction, it may have already happened, and somebody's already running a computer program. Now, that doesn't mean it doesn't jive with religion. Because I'm
not worried about how it jives with religion.
Well,
it sounds like nonsense.
The idea of most religions, whether it was Christ or it was the Vedas or the Buddhists, or they all say this is Maya, this is an illusion, this isn't real anyway, right? There's a reality behind the reality. And that would be the idea behind Buddhism. That'd be the idea behind the Vedanta. It'd certainly be the idea in many ways behind Christianity. It's like this is not the kingdom of heaven. The kingdom of heaven is somewhere else, right? So, and the Greek philosophers kind of said that. So did, in some ways, Kant, who said you can't really see reality because you have a limited visual apparatus. You know?
I believe that we have a limited visual apparatus, but I don't see how that comes back to us being in a simulation. A simulation would make it seem like it's all like I'm an avatar for like this computer, this larger thing that I don't understand.
That's correct.
But then that would just mean you're just playing with the word simulation.
Yeah, nothing
not really.
matters.
I would say I would say to investigate it a little bit, and one of the places to start is the last guy was on Rogan. Really interesting. It's not like heady. It's not like scientific. It's actually a really interesting, cool theory.
Yeah.
And the way they make the argument for it is pretty fascinating and a little bit mind blowing, and it does fuck you up a little bit because the argument, like if you listen, like Rogan was listening to it and he'd been thinking about it, and it's like the argument is pretty fascinating and might be the missing link between quantum and Newtonian physics, right? So the idea how little things like electrons and protons and atoms behave versus how this.
I want to get on my phone too during this
I was about to
conversation.
just start doing push-ups. Check this out.
I check out too. Yeah.
No, I was looking for this. This is the best photo we have of a cell.
Damn.
Of a human cell.
Look
That's
at that.
one cell.
Look at that.
This is one cell.
Look at how intricate it is.
And it's that's the closest, most zoomed in, best photograph we have of a human
Can I
cell.
see? That's insane.
Now, this human cell that I'm showing you, we have not billions, hundreds of trillions of these make us up. So each little dot,
There's a
each
whole
little
city.
thing.
It's such a complex
This is
city.
in one cell of my body.
That's a galaxy.
And I have you wonder why we're different.
That's a
You wonder why you can interview.
This is you're in a simulation.
You wonder why you can interview three kids who lived in the same house with the same parents, the same race, same class, same experience, same schools, and they have a totally different experience of life because each memory, each thing we see with our eyes, each thing we touch, each experience, each trauma, the way we translate all things makes us this wildly complex, like snowflake of a human, right?
Insane.
Now, that is some science. That is that we are all this collection of every memory, of every every talent we have, every little thing that's ever happened to us. We're so uniquely different, which is biology. It's like a monkey or like a little alien or a dust mite or whatever. Now, what about that as simulation? We're like these organisms. I would more likely believe that we are useless and no one gives a fuck about us and we live in a dust mite of some extraterrestrial's shoe right now. Yeah. Like that would make more sense because when you get small or big, it starts to blow your mind. Yeah. But like the idea of a simulation makes it sound like digital. It makes it sound like it isn't... it isn't a organically biological thing.
Both things can be true. In other words, most of you are space, right? If you talk quantum physics, most of what you are is space. It's actually not matter. It's energy. So it feels like a table, but it may not, but most of that is space, which is crazy. Right? So I'm just saying that when you talk to physicists and mathematicians who really study this stuff, it's like for us, we go, like
I'd love for someone to try to explain it to me like I'm a baby.
It's like this, like a worm.
Like when you go, why is an NFT good? And someone just gives you a mouth service.
A worm can sense heat and I think pressure. And that's it. Those are their two senses.
Yeah.
We have 6 senses. Right? Or 5 senses, sorry. And so the idea is that we may have a limited apparatus to understand what's actually going on. Now, the cool thing about human beings is we have a mind that wants to understand.
Consciousness. That's all we got.
That's right. So we might be a data stream that's attached to a larger mainframe, whatever the fuck it is. The conversation is definitely worth having and thinking about because it doesn't.
That's what we're trying to figure out is what is.
What else are you going to do? But also those mathematicians and all that. What else are you going to do?
It doesn't negate the importance of loving our children. Wanting the best for things. I think a lot of people think that when they get into this stuff, my wife has this because she's religious. So for her, she just doesn't like the structure of her truth and how she lives her life, which very much works for her. Being sort of, people think, well, if you say it's a simulation, then that kills God.
But it doesn't.
That's actually not what anybody's saying. I think it's a little bit different.
I have no conflict with that because even when they say like evolution or the Big Bang Theory, like that doesn't change my perception on God. Maybe God just did the Big Bang or he did evolution. It makes total sense.
Right.
But where I come into conflict with it is like, no one can explain the simulation part to me. Like they don't do a good enough job.
There's certain guys that can. My thing is with it is maybe they're right. They don't know.
Right.
He doesn't know. I don't know.
Right.
They they're like, well, statistically, okay, that's fine. So it's really whatever you want to get into.
We're all just trying to figure out what consciousness is.
Well, but we will. So one of the things about that is that people were saying exactly that about the electromagnetic field. So when they were talking about something called the electromagnetic field, which is how all of this is possible, we're able to broadcast things, take pictures, and filament then becomes digital.
We don't pray to it. We just manipulate it.
That was literally all science fiction.
Right.
All of it.
Of course.
So was space travel. So were satellites. All of it was science fiction.
100%.
And now with AI, I mean, I'm talking to my phone as if it's a person.
That is the beginning. But it doesn't have consciousness.
But it's the beginning. So what I'm trying to say is that we were all saying we'll never know. Oh no, I'm sorry, but we do know, and we continue to know. Yeah. Now I'm not saying we'll get closer to why. I'm not saying that. You might be right that we know how things work. The larger question is why.
Here's the thing. This is what I always come back to. I know this may be not interesting for people. Every time I'm on here, they're like, "Oh, Jeff Dye's here. They're going to talk about baseball for 12 hours."
I wish.
And now
I wish we were talking about baseball.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I wish
Here's
we were
the thing.
talking about baseball.
If you take a dog, your pet at your house, and you literally take him apart.
Yeah.
Right? You find the best surgeon in the world to take him. You put out every organ.
Yeah.
On the table, and a surgeon puts them back together. There's something missing that the dog doesn't turn on. But you could do that with a motor. You could take this truck engine and put every part out. Find the best mechanics in the world. You could put it together. It'll turn on. It'll turn a crank. That's what AI is.
That's
what machines are.
Yep.
But there's a missing fundamental.
Soul.
You could call it a soul. You call it a spirit. You call it an essence. You call it energy. You could call it a simulation. Whatever the fuck it is, that's what we're trying to figure out.
Soul.
So what is
and we're the soul goal.
What you just said is so important, and it's so fucking true, and I say this all the time. You could take a piano, and you could scatter it across the floor.
Yeah.
And you could say that's a piano. Technically, it is. You could do the same with a human being. But a piano's not a piano until you have somebody sitting at that box when it's fully intact and tuned, creating music.
Right.
And a human being isn't a human being. Yeah, you can take me apart and say, you can show me my genome, you can show me all the mechanics.
Conscious, maybe.
And you can be like, but I'm not a human until...
The soul's
right.
Not there.
Nobody's been able to pinpoint that.
And they're never going to.
But I love religion for that because religion does talk about that. Religion
talks about
makes the argument. So the idea, like a Buddhist will always say this. I love this idea. This idea. They'll go to Jeff. They go, "Where are you? Like, where are you hearing me from? Where are you listening to me from? Where are you seeing me from?" And when you try to locate the seat of your attention, when you try to see where Jeff is, whoever Jeff is, the truth is, you can witness Jeff.
I'm in Austin.
Who
baby.
is watching? Who can watch you? Who can watch your thoughts?
Yeah.
Who can watch your feelings? Who can watch it? Because you can actually step outside yourself and watch yourself. So then the question is, who's the observer? The observer might be the real Jeff. Right. That's what they talk about.
Well,
that's the fundamental issue behind the Vedanta and behind Buddhism.
I just think
that's why you should all go to church.
That soul part is so important. That's why I ain't afraid of AI. I'm not afraid of motors and engines and robots. I mean, they're not going to be smarter than us. Like, you could teach it to answer questions. It doesn't have intellect.
It can fix problems.
Yeah, it'll be very useful. All these computers are great.
I would say yes.
But the difference is somebody's going to be able to create consciousness, sentience.
We don't know.
Fuck off. That's never happened.
Yeah,
but here's the other thing.
It'd be amazing if you could.
We could also shut it all down whenever we want. We could all just go, no, fuck this.
Probably not anymore.
No, you could.
I'd be fucked if they showed
well,
up.
They're going to come with some other path. But YouTube's not allowing you to monetize if you use AI. So if you're doing AI stand-up, AI podcasting, you can't monetize anymore.
I would say it's worth looking into it deeper because it's kind of mind-blowing. And I used to always resist it. And then I sort of fell into it by accident. And I think it actually affirms my
the simulation part? What are you talking about?
I have no desire to be.
The idea that what human beings are doing is creating things like synthetic biology, right?
Okay.
We're creating synthetic cells and things like that. I totally agree that human life or the human being and its consciousness is we got. So fucking incredible.
Consciousness.
We are so far away from actually harnessing that.
Yeah.
I just think that there are people that are so worried about general intelligence, general AI, right? Artificial intelligence, that the idea is that there is something about that kind of super intelligence that
it's just a big search engine. Without the internet, AI ain't shit. It's just able to search the internet as fast as it can and come up with the thing.
Well, there are
and there's this big computer
models
sticking it together.
Well, there's large language models, but it's actually going. No, that's not true.
Because you'd say, make me a joke that Jeff Dye would say, and then it would take all the things of Jeff Dye on the internet and come up with a joke that I might say or whatever.
I would think you
said. It couldn't go, make a joke that my buddy Philip Bernesky would say. Computer goes, no idea who Philip Bernesky is, and it wouldn't know how to do it.
There's no database on it.
Yeah.
So I would say,
it's just a big supercomputer. You're afraid of a supercomputer?
I would say if you talk to people that actually are in AI, they would all disagree with you.
About what?
And I've interviewed
just a big supercomputer.
No, I've interviewed AI guys who work in
you know what my thing
doesn't have a soul. It's not conscious.
You know why my thing is why I don't give a fuck about AI. I have so many fires to put out. It doesn't really matter what I think about it. It doesn't really matter. Like with my kids, I gotta pick them up from camp. I gotta make sure that AI's gonna AI.
Yeah,
there's nothing I can do about it.
Well,
nor do I have the skill to get into it.
But the larger question for people out there who are really dealing, like Elon Musk and stuff, what they're worried about is that this arms race with AI between China and America and all that. The fact of the matter is, there have been examples of computers. Almost, I think there was the case where the computer threatened somebody. The person wanted to shut the computer off, and the computer said, "I'm going to tell your wife you're cheating on her."
Yes.
Oh, nice.
And so these computers are behaving sometimes in a way that
they come up with their own agendas where we can't control them.
Yeah, but I'm going to push back on that.
But if you
what's the computer's motive to not want to be on?
What I'm saying is that if you talk to these experts, if you listen to these experts talk on podcasts,
is that a fear or a thing that happened?
Well, what they're worried about is that this is the tip of the iceberg, and super intelligence might decide
they don't need humans anymore.
Because consciousness would make a computer think, well, I don't want to be off. I'd like to be on. I would like to live. I'd like to be on. But it doesn't have that. So a computer is just this thing that you turn off or on. It doesn't know it wants to be on.
Also, who's writing the code?
You have to teach it that it wants to be on, but why would you teach it that? And then that's also not consciousness. It's just a thing they've encrypted.
But it might start teaching itself. That's all. It might start learning on its own.
That's a fear, not a truth.
It's a very real fear for people that are really involved, including the father of AI. So the creator and father of AI will tell you that he's worried to death. And when I listen,
Well, you're the one that
bitch.
made it, bitch.
yeah,
Yeah, dude.
You're the one that fucked it all up.
Well, and here's the other thing that Rogan was talking about with this guy. He's like, we're getting so dependent on AI. So even our phones, it starts really small, right?
Yeah.
So our phones are like, I actually don't know my wife's number by heart, but I just hit Danny, right? And all of a sudden we get so dependent on AI, all of us, that now we can't live without AI. And so it's almost like the computer, the algorithm, the thing called AI creates an ecosystem where we can't live without it.
Sure, but that's our own doing.
Right. And then
That's what's wild. We can just stop.
That doesn't make me afraid either.
Yeah. And then phones
We're
get
already
in us.
entangled in it, you know, but that's life.
Go to a baseball game or a concert. Everyone's like this.
But that don't
I'm
bother me.
What the
Like
fuck are you
that's
doing?
great.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I
Because people go, well, what if they shut it all off, Jeff? How are you gonna eat? Are you gonna hunt? That was all out of the cards before I was born.
Yeah.
You know
we
what
were
I-
already dependent on
Yep.
grocery stores when I was a baby.
Yeah.
Like we were already dependent.
I was born in
on the
1832.
mainframe.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like I wasn't afraid of it when I grew up. Like, well, what if the grocery store is shut down and I don't? What if my bank is closed and that digital number that they say is the money I have just goes? You can't wake up and just be afraid of all this shit all day.
Well,
You gotta keep on, keep on.
I'm not afraid of it because this is my faith in it. I just think
You're also
that
gonna die.
if we create if let's just say some computer like general AI arrives and it's a god, it becomes all knowing. I think anything that becomes a god, like they're talking about, will be more benevolent than cruel. I don't know why it would tap into our suffering and
Their
pain.
fear of it being
I think
somehow
that's
deceptive.
Hollywood. I also think there's this whole.
That's a nice take on that.
Yeah, that's my optimism.
Me too. It's also like with aliens, like, man, they're going to see us and then they're going to start blowing shit up. I'm
Why?
like, well, that's Hollywood.
Yeah.
What
Right.
if the alien comes there and is actually like, man, we've been doing this a lot longer, guys. What if we helped you out here?
You know how aliens think of us? The way you see like a squirrel.
Yeah, or smart monkeys, right?
We
Smart apes.
look at a squirrel, we go, oh, look at that little thing.
Yeah.
We don't go, well, let's rip its head off. Or like, let's go see.
Let's torture
Let's go
them.
check out its living quarters.
Now-
You don't. You just go, that's a squirrel.
Now, there might be a few
you
bad
know
aliens.
you're smarter than the squirrel. You
Yeah.
don't sit there try to teach it Spanish. You don't go, oh man, this fucking squirrel doesn't even understand how my truck runs.
Yeah.
You don't give a fuck. It's this cute little thing. That's how aliens look at us. They go, yeah, they're fine. These
But
little
our whole view
Earth
on aliens
people.
is all from Hollywood.
I know.
All this fear mongering, but they might be really dope. Where they're like, oh man, we're actually, you should try this out. We've been doing a lot longer.
Right.
And like, we're good. We don't want to live here. We're just trying to improve your life. And then we're going to go back to our.
Yeah, they don't
our
give a
world.
shit about
Yeah,
us.
I have a positive view of, I don't know, somehow I'm an optimist. I guess
Yeah.
I'm an optimist. Maybe to
Well,
my
that's
fault.
good. I think that's a
computer
healthy
scientists
take.
are
Like,
such atheists.
why
They're
would
so-
we create this supercomputer?
You ever
and then
met
we
a cool one? You ever met one you want to grab a beer with?
Who?
These guys that he's like, dude, these AI specialists. You ever met one of them?
I don't know, yeah.
They're not exactly a bunch of fun.
Callan did put me in a real argument of authority there. He goes, listen, Jeff, people that really study this stuff say,
Well, I've been listening
on
to
your
it.
heels.
but he didn't have their argument. He just goes, the father of this disagrees with you. I go, well, what did he say?
Where am I
I don't
supposed
know.
to go?
I don't know, man, but whatever
Just
you're
a guy
saying-
way smarter than you
Yeah,
says
well,
no.
he
I
made
go,
a-
I know, but who?
He made a
and
speech
and what did he
recently.
say?
Yeah, he made a speech recently, and he goes, "Look, if we got to take this more seriously. There's got to be some kind of a global pause or a check and balance."
And there's going to be people that are way smarter than us that are going to look into it,
Yeah.
just like our military. And I assume they're doing their job,
Right.
and I don't have to worry about
But
it.
they need guys like us.
What are we going to do?
I
No,
know, I
but
don't
you
know what to
need
do.
guys like us doing this.
Yeah.
I'm being honest.
Our job is to do this.
It's,
because
we can't just keep going, well, the smarter guys will. No, you need somebody. What the fuck's going on over there?
Yeah, hopefully rattle a
and they
cage
go,
a little bit.
Shit, we got to either murder
their-
these guys in
Yeah.
the garage in Austin, or we need to maybe answer some questions,
Yeah.
and that's kind of because you need people fucking asking these questions.
Dude, you know
we're
what's...
such idiots. Like Rogan had a great.
but I think
joke
it's
about
fair
that.
to go, we're asking some good questions.
Hey, man, what's going on here?
Rogan said that. Rogan goes, look, somebody's got to start fucking these nerds who are keeping everything going.
Yeah.
Because like you can't be having sex with the pro athletes. You should be getting the guys who are figuring this out. Because as soon as the grid breaks down, like we're gonna be like fucking idiots.
I
Get
know.
this up. By the way, I can't get any power. It's
so
like,
funny.
you want to do it? He goes,
is that a
it's a
Rogan
bit.
bit?
He goes,
It's so
if I
funny.
put you, it was like one of the best bits ever. He goes, if I put you in the, if I put you in the woods with an axe, tell me how long it's going to take you to send an email. And it's like, it's true, dude.
Well, I'd be dead in a week. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we keep. I spent my whole life worshiping guys who could dunk a basketball.
Right.
Does nothing.
nothing.
Literally
Yeah.
does nothing.
Yeah. We talk about Magic Mind Max, which, by the way, sorry, I think they're sold out again. This thing is
Oops.
crazy. It's crazy.
We can't even get a hold of them.
Dude, it's driving me
But I'll
nuts.
tell you what, we do have the sleep shots,
The
and your
sleep shot
boy
is
sleeping
special.
like a freaking baby.
There's nothing out there. There's no sleep shot out there. It was about energy. And it's like, what about sleep so you have energy? And it is about getting recovery for people that go hard. It's actually formulated to help your brain chill out and recover.
And no grogginess. That's the biggest thing. Usually
Yes.
sleep aids, you wake up super groggy. Not these. You wake up, you're ready to attack
Well,
whatever you got on the schedule.
There's literally real science that went into this. Like, what are the things that help you sleep without side effects? And there are a lot of compounds. And if you put them in the right combination, that is what this is about. Sleep just feels better, okay? Your sleep, take it and tell me what your sleep tracking app shows.
Yeah, 'cause
tell me if
it's-
there's an increase in REM, improved quality of sleep compared to when you don't take Magic.
Yeah, because you're like, oh, but I got 10 hours. Yeah, but not all sleeping is the same.
Exactly.
You got to recover while you sleep.
Exactly.
It's about sleeping better, deeper,
Put it
clean
to the
sleep.
test. Put it to the test. Forget what we're saying. Try it and tell me what you think. And I'll
Also, this is one sleep aid with 0 side effects.
Yeah, it's amazing.
0. Feel sharper, quicker, far less stress the next day because of this. Get ready to attack your day.
So awesome.
It's Sleep Shot.
There are
Martians
people out
come and
there.
fucking take over, and I go, you know, my friend pitches for the Rockies, and they
Yeah,
go,
he's
who
like-
fucking, what's the Rockies? Who
what
gives
the
a
fuck?
shit?
You do need people question everything. It's even like with this is a weird segue, but it's even with like that Jeffrey Epstein stuff. It's just it doesn't work for me, man. Like there's no list. It's like, well, why is Ghislaine Maxwell? If there's no list, then
Yeah.
why is she in prison?
Yeah.
If there's nothing, why is she serving 20 years?
Yeah.
There's nothing.
Nothing.
We have nothing.
I'm confused.
The whole thing
about-
was nothing.
I just don't know much about it. I'm a little annoyed. Diddy's free. All this shit seems like it always seems like it's gonna be so much more exciting, and then it's always underwhelming.
The Diddy one we called from
It's
the
a
jump.
blip. What?
Yeah.
So is Diddy going to get sentenced to a long time or
We don't know.
they're sentencing him in?
But what's
I
weird?
thought he was just fine. I thought everything's done.
Well, he'll still, but he'll get time
Prostitution.
served. Yeah, but it's nothing like he's looking at life.
Yeah.
he's looking at maybe 2 years now.
Yeah.
But what's weird is like me and Jay were talking about this. What's weird too is like, you know, I had a buddy who was close to all that stuff when they raided his house in L.A. And he was like, dude, the stuff we found, I can't even tell you.
Yeah,
What happened to all that shit?
but I know a
remember
gal.
that.
Remember that?
I
I know
remember that.
someone who was at all
I
the
remember
Diddy
that,
parties.
sir. And it was like we were like, damn.
I've been texting him like, what's up, dude? What happened to that stuff? Doesn't get back to me.
But I know someone that was at all the Diddy parties, and she said she didn't see shit.
Just big dick.
She was always there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like it's like maybe it's real, maybe it's not. I don't know. But I just always thought it'd be more salacious.
Yeah.
51 to 63 months.
Yeah, there are guidelines on it.
That's a lot of months.
That's how 51 months is a long.
What is that in years? Why do they do it in baby?
4 years. 4 years.
Yeah, I don't know why they do
4.25 to
months.
5
He'll
and a
probably do
quarter.
3 years because he's time served.
Time
he gets
served.
sentenced in October.
we'll
Nobody nobody ever does that kind of time for violating the Mann Act. Elliot Spicer didn't, the governor of New York, and a lot of other people. It's very rare that you actually serve time, but they want to get him.
I just refuse to believe, back to Epstein, I refuse to believe there's no list and that there aren't current powerful people on there, and that's why we're not seeing it. It just doesn't make sense to me.
I think a lot of people think that it was an Israeli Mossad program. They were probably gathering information on very powerful people, including American politicians and American like people like Bill Gates, like Bill Clinton. And there are interests in our government that don't want to expose
On the left and
Israeli
right. I think that this is the
intelligence.
one thing the left and right agree on. Like, we don't want that list to get out. Like, I'm on it,
And
you're
they
on
might
it.
be on it. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They're like,
Yeah.
we're all in agreement here.
And
we hate each other,
And the
but
cover is
we don't want
it's
that
It's
coming out.
intelligence.
Why can't people just be normal?
That's my thing.
I don't understand. I've never raped a woman. I've never been with anyone underage, and somehow I'm like a hero in Hollywood.
Yeah.
It's been the easiest thing I've ever
You're the
done.
outlier.
And all of a sudden they're like, that Jeff Dye is a good guy. He dates age-appropriate women. He doesn't try to rob anyone or like, fucking deceive people. I'm just a regular person, and I'm a fucking hero in
common
Hollywood.
decency is not really.
Why is Bill Gates fucking? Why is Bill Clinton need to fuck a little girl? What is going on? Just be normal.
Well, I don't think anybody's saying that Bill Gates or
no, she
Bill
was of age.
They did a lot of fucking probably.
Yeah, but like girls in cages and shit at like Epstein Island, like that was the whole thing.
Epstein Island was really what I think most of it was they would get professionals, very hot professionals.
But some of them were underage.
But that wouldn't be salacious.
No, and they
That's
would
not
be.
enough.
That's not a crime.
These guys are married.
they're
They film
married.
it. Yeah.
So what? That's not a crime?
No.
You think they would hide that they've had an affair? The dude did it in the White House. With
But apparently
they're
they're underage. No
girl's
one's
17.
That's what's a crime.
That's what's weird. I don't understand how.
It's underage chicks.
There was that one guy that goes, "Hey man, where's all the women at?"
Right. And I would
Like you get to the island, like, hold on, I traveled 16 hours.
We
on
can go to a
fucking
pool.
jet for
We
these
can
little
go
girls.
to a
Those dudes
pool
do that.
today, and I'll bring some hot fucking chicks we can hook up with.
Yeah.
We don't need young under. What is everyone
That's what I
doing?
don't get. Why do they always have to be young?
I don't think that. I think what happened was there were probably guys. Well, I think what happened was Epstein. He liked them at 14, 15, 16.
Right.
That's who did it. And
Yeah.
apparently Ghislaine Maxwell got those kind of runaways to come over and give him a massage and all that. So there's no doubt that this guy was into girls as young as 14.
You guys really think this
Scumbag.
Jeffrey Epstein did it? You know what I mean?
himself?
No, I'm saying
did all this? I don't know.
There's how many? There's 3 billion
do.
women in the world. I'm not believing anything 100 bitches say.
No.
Oh,
I do.
you believe 100? That's like a blip in the
100.
grand scheme
Yeah,
of
when it gets
women.
to be 100, it's a lot. No, there's no doubt that he was a total scumbag.
Right, they were all
but
pieces
I think
of
most
shit.
of the guys, like most of the dudes like Clinton and stuff, they wanted to get down. They're nobody's
Right.
getting on. Hold on, let's be honest as guys. No, especially if you're a billionaire or you're really busy. Nobody's getting on the Lolita Express. Nobody's getting on that plane to go to a private island
Just to hang out.
just to hang out.
Yeah. Oh,
no,
There's
I'm-
no golf. What are you doing? I'm not going unless I'm going to get nasty.
Yeah, you're not
crimes.
going there for a good meal.
No,
They
dude.
could be like, dude, I have 5-star chef.
No.
That's
yeah,
what I'm
dude, I
saying.
live
They're
in New
doing
York.
terrible
What he
shit.
says is, hey, we're
Crimes.
bringing girls then.
Yeah.
We're bringing girls.
Oh, no, they already live here
And
in
it's gonna be
cages
up-
underneath
That's
in
how
tunnels.
you get
Yeah,
dudes.
we already got them there.
Whatever. That's how you get dudes there. It's
Oh, no, if you're flying me 14 hours, I'm busting nuts.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Food, I don't give a fuck
it's
about
crime.
food.
It's definitely
Someone
crime.
pick up In and Out on the
creepy
way.
shit, but like what? Like
That's
yeah.
where they could
Because
get
a lot
away
of
with
the
it.
women that came out were of age when they were there. They were not young. They were of age. So they.
But that don't check out
What do you mean?
because it's not against the law to hook up with girls that are of age.
But I think
so. Who cares?
I think
it would
that
be a nothing burger.
Well, they might care if they're at that island. They were married. There's, I mean,
doesn't do anything.
I'm
for
with
me.
Jeff on that. That's not enough to bring down a fucking congressman.
sure it is.
I wouldn't even want
If
that
you
list.
Could lose half your money.
Do you know how many
in a
men cheat on their
divorce?
wives?
Look at
I don't
Bill
know.
Clinton.
Most of them.
He's been busted. He's fine.
Yeah. Well, politically, it can be a liability.
Trump?
Who the fuck knows? But I think everybody was banging.
JFK.
All of
Everybody.
them.
All of them.
Everybody was
JFK brought
banging.
his whore in the White House while his wife was there.
Yeah, bud.
But that's my point. It's like I think it was like underage,
Has to
creepy
be some
shit.
weird
Yeah,
shit
some
going on.
weird stuff.
You know what
Pervert
they,
shit.
So do you know what the intelligence, what community the intelligence agencies recruit from the most, or what a lot? Try to guess.
What are
I'll
you
tell
saying?
why.
What are you asking?
So there's a community, there's
Like
a specific
ethnicity?
American community that the intelligence agencies recruit from more than any other community.
William Morris.
Young Asians.
Not young Asians. Keep going.
Jews.
Think about it.
Jews.
Think about it.
Jews?
Nope. Nope.
I'm all out of
I
answers.
don't know.
You don't want. Okay. Here's a hint.
Crestwood Elementary.
You don't want. So you don't want. They call it
Goth.
mice. You don't want anybody who can be bribed by money, by ideology, by ego, by I think sex.
That's everybody.
Okay. Yeah. But there is a
Mormons?
Thank you. Mormons.
So what?
A lot of
there's
Mormons.
An intelligence group that's
Well, so they
Explain
don't
it
have.
better.
They don't, there's no
Recruiting
drug use
Mormons.
in
They
their past.
recruit
No
Mormons.
drug use in their past. Tend to be like virgins before they get married. There's a lot of shit.
Just a lot of anal
Yeah.
sex.
Yeah.
That's the only downside.
Isn't that
Yeah.
crazy though?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say Amish. I thought you were going to say Amish.
That could be the Amish too. But
too hairy.
Yeah, they'd spot them a mile away. What else? Well, you got something first, Jen? Current events?
We have a few, yeah. But
do it.
just a quick question for Jeff. We can edit this out, but I'm just very curious. Since you had the vasectomy,
got Chin so into that.
I love it.
why am I so? I'm just saying, like, so when you do, like, because you're a bachelor, you're good to go, you're single. So do you tell the girls right away, like, I had it, so can I bust?
It's none of their business. Yeah.
Oh,
I don't
so you
tell
still
them.
pull out then?
No, sometimes I'll, like I like asking, like, where do you want me to finish, And then
It's hot.
Yeah, but now I don't have to worry about their answer because
and I'm sure they want you to bust inside them, especially if they know.
Yeah, that's like also like
what, dude?
The easiest surgery I've ever had, or it's the easiest thing I've ever done. So much so that I've like after the surgery, the day after or the day of, the next day, the week, I kept asking my doctor, like, "Are you guys messing with me? Like, I don't feel." I felt like there's no way that I had it.
Really?
It was that easy. And I think they keep it a secret from young men about how easy it is. Because it was same day in-office procedure. Like it was like, the money part is one thing, but it's easy and painless. I felt discomfort, like as far as like for like a few days.
Did you have to wear diapers?
They made me wear this jock strap and then put like gauze in there.
Yeah, I'm out.
But it was easy, bro. Like if I pinched you on your hand, it would hurt worse than what they did to me.
Oh, weird. I have no desire to do it.
It was the easiest thing I've ever done. I was shocked.
I'm surprised you haven't been.
You know that comic was called her dumb bitch.
Who?
It was Dalia.
Oh, was it?
He almost got the fuck kicked out of me. Oh wow! I literally had to talk.
Hey, I'm surprised you haven't had that procedure on your big old nut. I
should.
I bet they charge you extra.
They were. Those are big.
They're like,
nuts.
dude, we got to fold back this big nut sack.
It's a lot of space to work with.
So it might be easy.
It is. I wish that's the way things were charged.
The best.
Yeah.
The best.
Bigger nut. That's going to cost more.
I showed Nick Simmons and Nick Collis my piece. I had sex with my wife. I come down. I'm wearing a towel. And my dick is like a little bit, still a little.
Yeah, a little mid. Yeah.
And they go, because they saw me in their underwear. They go, "You working with a piece, huh?" And I go, "Yeah." And they go, "Yeah." And I go like this. I just showed them my dick, and both of them they go, "That makes me so sad.
Yeah.
Your dick is so big."
Yeah, now that's going to live on in their head forever.
And he goes, "I called my
legacy. Legacy's a big deal."
Yeah, well, for a little chapter of time.
The next morning, he goes, "I called my brother about your dick."
2 weeks.
They don't
He goes,
care.
"I called my brother about your dick."
Yeah. That's a good feeling, though.
He just gave us a humble
this is my
brag.
house. Fuck off.
Dude, I love it.
But they're living with you
They're staying with me right now because their apartment had a flood, so they had to.
out here, dude.
Sure.
Wow.
But they're great, so it's fine. It's so great.
Nick told me to ask him to find him like a $3,000 car. Dude, it's
tough to do.
I mean, yeah,
Tough to do.
it's tough. They're so atrocious.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I'm
you
trying-
spend
I'm
more
trying.
than that, right? 5 at least.
Yeah.
For what?
He wants a car. He's a young comic, just moved here.
Oh, I
He wants
see.
a car. He's like, I have $3,000. I was like, I'll look for you. I looked. I'm like, buddy.
Yeah.
Honda Civics.
20 years ago, maybe.
Yeah. What'd you say?
Honda Civics, like used.
Yeah, we'll see, man. Have you looked at him for $3,000?
I did a long time ago. So 4,500, 4,000 ish. Yeah.
We need about We'll figure
Still
it out.
decent mileage. They last forever. Wait, Brian, when you say your dick is big, is it both girth and length?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen that. Facts. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's
Just wanted to get that.
heavy.
Get that
make sure,
on record.
He got no other quality genetics but that fucking
Just
big
crushed it.
dick.
Got an ass.
Dude, that's all that matters.
God went, you know,
These girls talk.
I win.
yeah, the God went,
Yeah,
come on, you
love
can't do
God.
that to him. Give him a big dick.
Yeah, just give him a piece.
I've been saying I have a tiny dick on stage a bunch, and
Do you
it's
not have a
great.
big dick?
I have a big dick, but that's the great part. I'll say I have a tiny dick. I got all these tiny dick jokes, and then girls will be like, "He's lying." And I was like, "Isn't that great?"
Yeah.
That opposite. You know?
Yeah.
He's lying.
It's just jokes, girl.
Yeah. It's the best.
You working with a piece though?
Yeah.
Well
And it's the best dick. You know,
All right. Take
because
it.
it's circumcised.
It is.
You know how you know that that's the best dick?
It's not circumcised.
Because I've never heard of I've never seen a uncircumcised dildo.
That's true.
There's not lesbians right now going, "Oh, peel it back." Like they're not. No, it's you get the works. I got the works done. You know what I mean?
Yeah, me too. I'm
Got
circumcised.
cut up,
Oh, yeah.
and circumcised.
Yeah, I'm circumcised.
Chin's
Yeah,
not.
full-
I'm not.
Chin's
yeah,
not.
I've been saying it forever.
Chin's
Well, it's
still,
not too long. It's
And
not too late. Go
No,
get
no,
it.
no,
Go get
no,
it
no.
taken
He's
care
almost
of.
50.
Chin, do you have a dick on you or no?
So
I bet he does. Look at him.
It's a big guy.
all I know,
just the way he answered isn't great. Well, hear me out here.
I bet he
I
does. I bet he
I
does.
honestly think people that brag about their dicks a lot probably don't have big dicks.
No, you think
then you
that,
haven't
but-
hung out with comics,
Right.
man.
Yeah,
You'll
but
know who has a
anyways-
big dick.
But mine, I think, is just right. How about that?
It's
It's
average.
just it's just
It's average.
right.
That's an.
I can actually tell you the dimensions if you really want to know,
Nice.
but I'll do it off camera.
I'd
Well,
love,
no,
I'd,
I just
I'd love
think
to hear the
what you
length.
said, like people that brag about it, you know.
Wait, we're not recording this, are we?
No, we're still recording. I don't
Yeah.
care.
We're recording about my dick and my towel.
Yeah,
We
why
have
not?
to, yeah. Here's the thing I'll
You
say
think
though.
we're doing this for the fuck of it?
vasectomy.
When girls are like showing off their tits all the time and like they got cleavage and stuff, you can't see our cocks. So I have to talk about it.
Yeah.
And then also, you know, like it'll come up all the time because I have these big expressions with my hands like on stage and girls go, look at the size of his hands. I'm like, yeah. I'll just always try to let them know that I've got a huge
It's
cock.
the only way you can do it, really.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, I
signaling.
can't show my cock
No,
around. I
you're
gotta talk
arrested.
about it.
Yeah, you're
Ready to
arrested.
breed,
Do some
buddy.
marketing.
Yeah, dude.
It's business.
Some promotion.
This is branding.
Yeah, it's
Anyway,
promotion.
My hands.
Look at got ladies, huh? And they're like, all right, enough about your cock.
What's this, Jen?
Oh yeah, so this is an update on Ben Askren.
Do you know what's going on here, Jeff?
No.
So this guy, Ben Askren, one of the greatest combat athletes we've ever had,
Nice.
5 weeks ago was healthy, strong, ran wrestling camps, and then he gets staph and then gets pneumonia. And now he had a double lung transplant.
Jeebers.
And we haven't heard from him in weeks, and this is the first video he's posted. Have you seen this,
Okay.
B?
Hard to watch.
Yeah.
All right, this is our guy.
What's up, guys? I've not given you an update in a while. Figured you deserve one. Whenever this is all the way over, I actually just read through my wife's journal because I don't remember anything from May 28th to July 2. No recollection. Zero idea. No idea what happened. We'll kind of go through it all, and it's I just read through my wife's journal. It's like a movie. It's ridiculous. So I only died 4 times, right? Where the ticker stopped for about 20 seconds. That's not ideal. I don't think you guys know that. But I got the double lung transplant. I made it out to the other side of it, gaining quite a bit of strength. We're going to use everything again. I was actually on a scale yesterday, 147 pounds. I've been on 47 pounds since 15 years old. So I was like 50 pounds in a 45-day period. So man, that was a battle. Luckily, I don't remember most of it. And the thing that was most impactful to me was all the love I felt from everybody. And it was almost like I got to have my own funeral, right? I still remember 30 years ago when Dave Schultz died, and you listen to all these older people, recollect how much they enjoyed him, how much they loved him. And, obviously, he never had to hear that. I'm sure some people told him. But, so, man, the outpouring of love from the wrestling community was just amazing. It felt so good. And so, I'm more motivated than ever just to give back and do what I can. And,
So, Jeff, he was an Olympian.
I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. It's been tough, not only on me, but my whole family, my close community. So I appreciate everything. Hope you guys appreciate the update. And like I said, sometime down the road, maybe Amy and I can detail everything a little more. What's up, guys?
That's wild.
And 5 weeks ago, fully healthy.
Yeah.
Former Olympian.
Badass.
Multiple world champion.
Body
MMA
just
champion.
failing his soul.
Look at him
man.
before.
Yeah, this is just
What
like
a man.
Holy
10 weeks ago.
biscuits, dude.
10 weeks ago.
What a man.
That new lungs, you could hear the
Legend.
coughing and stuff. He's still trying to.
Here's what's scary. Like, thank God, you get the lung transplant, and not to be negative, but the life expectancy of when you have a double lung transplant is 10 years.
Yeah,
At
for
the
some
best.
average fucker, this
the
is
best.
Ben Askren, dog.
Yeah.
But this guy's a different breed.
Yeah, if anyone's going to pull through and
He's
live
a
longer
warrior,
than 10,
bro.
it's him, yeah.
Man, that's so sad.
And I didn't mean to bring the podcast down.
But I mean, he's awake. He was like in
He's
critical
talking.
condition.
Yeah, he's
He was
working.
bad, and he got the lung transplant, which most people don't you're lucky to get double lung transplant. So.
And you know who paid for his transplant? Because his insurance wouldn't do it.
I love Jake Paul.
Jake Paul paid for it.
Oh, really?
I love that
Oh,
guy.
you deserve some
Didn't
credit for that.
didn't say anything. He didn't promote it. Nothing.
What a good guy, man. What a fucking that's all I got to know. Anybody says anything
Still
bad
wanna
about
hate on him?
I've never hated on him.
Who wants to hate on him?
Anybody says anything bad about Jake Paul is an automatic asshole.
What have you done?
Well, he probably wants to fight him now. You know, that's
Yeah.
the thing. Jake's like, all right, now he's going to challenge him in a week. You know?
As soon as you're better.
He'll go, you know, I beat Mike Tyson and Ben Askren. And you go, God damn it, Jake.
I mean, anybody says anything. Jake Paul is like, I
like those boys, yeah. I'm a big fan.
they're great.
I've never talked shit.
I mean, you know, how do you hate on a guy like that? Out there doing it.
Here's another thing with someone in the MMA community. So Randy Couture.
Oh, no.
Apparently he was practicing for an NHRA race. I'm sure Brendan might know something about this kind of stuff. But he did like a one-person crash and he ended up burning himself. Like first and second degree burns and had to be airlifted. So we don't know the extent of the injuries, but this is the only picture that we have so far.
Just his arm, maybe?
Yeah.
Man,
Hopefully just his arm.
Hopefully. But then he was like, there was like trauma as well.
The real Captain
What does that
America.
mean? Trauma.
Just like, like blood.
Oh,
Of course,
yeah. Just
the
he was
crash.
injured also, yeah.
Sucks, man.
Big boy.
Especially doing something like silly like that.
You know, the first time I ever met him, I think the only time I ever met him, was at some Bellator fight for Spike TV. And they had this like VIP green room that I showed up late to. So when the matches were already started, I was like, let's go get some drinks at this little VIP room. And I went in there, it was completely empty because people were watching the things. But Randy Couture was at the bar and his back was to us. And I was like, to my buddy Justin, I go, I think that's fucking Randy Couture.
Yeah, the legend.
So I walked right up behind him and I go, hey man, hurry the fuck up, dude. We're trying to get some drinks. And this dude like turned, but then he sees like my big goofy ass smiling and he thought like, and this is
cool.
the VIP room and he's like, what's up, man? I was like, I'm Jeff. And he's
Yeah,
like,
he's
I'm Randy.
great.
He was like super nice. But there was like a second where he was like,
What the fuck?
like who is talking to me like this? And then he really saw my smile. I was like, oh, all right. Yeah, it was very cool.
Yeah,
Well,
legend.
speedy recovery.
I know, man. It just sucks getting her doing some bullshit.
Yeah,
like
two
that.
badasses in a row, all banged up, man. What else you got? Something positive?
Yeah. So this is Adam Ray. I'm sure you guys already know about this, but Adam Ray does the whole doctor.
God,
thing.
his Tony Hinchcliffe?
Yes, dude. I was. Like,
It's so
in
good. Have you
shock.
seen this?
No.
He impersonated Tony Hinchcliffe. It's spot fucking on,
Let me
dude.
see this.
This is a Red Band announcing him, so I'll just play this first.
Mothership here in Austin, Texas, for a brand new episode of Kill Tony. Give it up for Tony Hinchcliffe!
Oh my God.
Who's ready for the best fucking night of their lives?
Just like whoever does this makeup stuff is
Amazing.
just insane.
His
Amazing.
facial expressions.
body.
and-
Yeah, everything.
Body.
All can put together. It's like
That's really
crazy.
funny, man. I want to talk to you about Joy Mode, sexual performance booster. I was
Who
just
doesn't
with
need an
Shane.
all-natural boost with your wiener?
Ran into Shane on Abbott Kinney, and we were talking about this. This is an all-natural supplement designated and designed to enhance blood flow, giving you firmer, more reliable dongs, okay, boners. Joy Mode isn't just about better sex. Daily use supports healthier blood vessels, boosts heart health, and enhances your athletic performance, and it's expertly formulated and backed by science.
Also, you don't have to have all the weird side effects they get from the prescription drugs or those freaking gas station pills. Dude, you just simply mix a pack with water, feel the effects within 45 minutes. That wiener's going to be popping, dude. Anywhere, anytime, never miss a boner.
It's proven to enhance erections by 50%, the quality of erections by
Ooh-wee,
50% in just 60 days.
50%. What
Give
are we
it a
gonna
shot.
do?
That's it.
If
Give
you're
it a
looking to
shot.
take your game to the next level, visit tryjoymode.com. Use code FIGHTER at checkout for 20% off single purchases, 30% off subscription orders. That's TRYJOY mode.com. Use the code FIGHTER for 20% off single purchases, 30% off subscription orders. You're welcome. That's a 50% harder boner.
Okay, I'm sure you guys are all excited about this.
No, my wife sent this to like our family group chat, and I go, who the fuck takes their shoes?
Yeah, I got
No, you guys
global
have-
entry. I got TSA pre-check,
I
baby.
get clear. I haven't taken my shoes off in
But
50
a lot
years.
of people don't. A lot of people
Right.
don't.
It,
So,
I
moves
get it.
shit, it moves shit really quick.
Yeah.
but there's also a step in the right direction too. Like, come on, our shoes taken off and at TSA, it sucks.
We might not care, but you know who's super excited about it? The shoe bomber.
The terrorists are like, oh, excellent.
He's fucking super happy about
The
this.
shoe bomber.
Remember that guy?
Yeah,
he's the reason
little
that fucked all this up.
And people go, I wonder what he's doing over there. And they're like, mind your business. He's trying to fucking ignite his foot.
Let's do a little MMA stuff. So apparently Dustin Poirier asked the UFC to have Ilia Topuria as his last fight. But of course they denied it.
Fight.
UFC said, nah, we're good, man.
I should ask you guys. This is a good spot. When was Michael Chandler? When's the next Michael Chandler thing?
Maybe at the White House versus Conor McGregor.
That'd be great. He's my guy, dude.
Chandler, he's great.
He's one of my favorite people. We just did a celebrity softball game.
He's awesome.
Oh yeah, he killed it, didn't he?
We've been friends for a long time, but like I was like a little nervous. You know, I've played baseball with some like strong like MMA guys that weren't great. I won't name names, but it's why would they be? It's not baseball's not their thing.
Yeah, baseball stuff.
Chandler was great.
Yeah.
He's a good
He had
athlete.
a inside the park grand slam. He had a 2-run home run. He made some fielding errors, but like he was dialed in. He had a great attitude. He was so great. One of my favorite humans I've ever came
Chandler's
in contact
great,
with.
dude.
One of my
Chandler's
favorite people. Can't say enough good things about him.
Yeah, he was chasing that.
Talk about discipline too. Regiment. Fucking.
He was chasing that Conor fight, and it was a bummer because it's the
There's
red
the
panty
softball
night,
game.
so he wanted it. But 2-3 years of his career just passed him by.
Yeah.
And then you're
It's
older
unfair.
now. It's tough. It's tough.
Right, yeah. This is the game, dude.
Oh, look at this.
The White House.
I literally am on second base. I said, hit it out, daddy.
The UFC announced the White House, so everyone wants to fight on there.
And look at him leg this shit out.
And run his ass off.
Yeah, because there's no way we're hitting a home run over the actual major league outfield wall. So
Where's that at?
this is me coming across.
You got the headband on,
Oh,
dog.
hell yeah, dude.
Very Bryce Harper of you.
I love Bryce Harper.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm always rocking those things. Look at this. I come in with the water here. You gotta be the water guy. Oh, they cut it, but I went like I did the splash into the water.
I saw a little bit of splash.
I had to make it up for the team.
Yeah, he had some errors out there, but he crushed it. And he was our captain. A very funny thing happened too. There's this chick who played college level softball. She's easily probably the best player out there when it comes to softball. And she was like, we're all warming up before this. She's all confident because she should be. She's like a national
does,
champion of
yeah.
softball. And she's like, yeah, I'm gonna play shortstop. Or no, someone goes, who's gonna play shortstop? She goes, me, of course. And I go, I was gonna play shortstop. And she looked over at me like, what are you talking about? So then I was like, shit. And she is the softball chick, So I went into the dugout and Chandler's like, where do you want to play? I was like, well, I wanted to play shortstop, but that softball player said she wants. He goes, I don't fucking know her. You're so shortstop. So he just gave it to me just like my boy.
she
Dude.
pissed?
No, she was pretty cool about it. But like, I
Was
just
she
loved
good
it.
out there?
She was great.
Yeah,
She was very good.
Yeah.
But it was just so cool of Chandler to be like,
I don't give a fuck.
I know, you're my friend.
Yeah, he's like, well, I don't know her.
Was it fast?
No, it's just over it or underhand, like high arc. But it's so
You want
fun.
hits. If it's up
want
fast,
hits.
it should be. Yeah, no one's hitting that. Jeff, because he played.
I batted with a cigar in my mouth. You should have seen it. It's fucking dope.
Old school
I
style.
felt like a rock
Do you
star.
smoke cigars? I like cigars.
I love cigars
That's my
every night, but like I went to the plate with a cigar and I watched everyone on my like all the men that were like on the field were like, fuck, that's a good idea. We should have brought cigars.
Oh yeah.
What do you?
That's like if everyone can drink.
Do you have a specific cigar?
Placencia, the brand, yeah.
good
But like pretty much every one of their cigars are incredible.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
What else you got, Jim?
A Nicaraguan family from Cuba.
Essencia.
We have a few more
Fled
unless you
Cuba
want
to
to
Nicaragua.
wrap up soon. But check this out. This
Give us one more good one.
okay. Well, I don't know if this is
What
good or
the hell?
not, but this
Oh,
is like
shit.
one of Honda's leading engineers, and this has been his hairstyle for.
He looks old too.
He's definitely old
He's
now.
like an anime
That's
character.
a lot of work.
That this dude likes Yugamon and all that
Yeah,
shit,
that's
dude,
all that
for
shit.
sure. Look
Check
at
this
that,
out, dude. He's in board meetings like this.
This is wild.
That's a lot.
Not a facial hair in sight.
He must be a beast, though.
Yeah.
Like you'd have.
Look at
to.
that's
shit.
better. That's
He's
a
been
little
doing it for a
strong.
while.
That's older.
That's very Rod
for
Stewart.
a minute, dude.
Dude, what does he have one bad eye or something? What,
Probably.
you don't want to see
He
out of
might.
that eye?
Yeah, he might.
Hopefully he's fast.
Because that is like a pretty creative eye patch. Just comb your hair in
But
front
he's
of it.
kind of been different for a hot second. Look at that
Yeah.
old school pick.
250
He's got
patents to his name.
250 patents to his name. Holy shit.
Someone said my mechanical
Damn,
romance.
he's awesome. That guy's awesome. What a brilliant dude.
This is all right, but so BKFC says they're going to do a $25 million tournament in March.
And winner gets 15 million.
Is this Connor?
The first place winner gets 15 million.
He's part
So
owner in it.
That's kind of how it's broken down. Which
Boy, first to
do the math.
second's a big jump.
If Connor gets Chandler, right there, or Chandler gets Connor and they fight, Would the reputation be like, well, sure now? Like if Conor loses at this age, is it one of those like it's not really the same kind of thing?
I think the fan, and I'm a huge Conor fan and Chandler, but I think the fan base is just, it's kind of like with the John Jones thing. I think we're just over it. You know, it's like, all right. Like they teased for so long, they're coming back.
Well, how old's Chandler?
36, 37.
So he's still got, he could still be champ. He could still be the guy. No,
no.
No. He lost his last one. You know, he's at.
Oh shit, he's 39.
Yeah. He's had his run. He's out of his prime. So now it's like legacy fights, like big name fights.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It
shows how little I know.
Yeah. The ride's over, but he had a great career, man.
Yeah, he's fucking man.
He's a legend.
I love him.
I don't think we'll ever see Conor fight again.
Really?
I don't think so.
No.
See, I just don't know enough.
I think even the UFC's like, we're good, man.
Yeah, it's over. It's better to not fight right now at this point. You know?
That's the hardest part for an athlete is what's next.
Yes.
Because they got all that money and they had all that love. But you go to like a baseball game and like first base coach is Matt Williams. And the third base coach is like Mark McGuire. You're like, these were my heroes growing up. And now you'll yell their name. They'll turn around. You'll go, that would have never happened in the 90s if I'd have yelled. So
Randy
like, they kind of miss
photographer.
it. Yeah, they kind of miss it. Like, oh, you know, they used to say my name all the time.
Yeah, Randy Johnson's a legit photographer in the MLB. Ken Griffey's a photographer.
I have a coffee table book of Randy Johnson's images from Africa, like in my house.
That's cool.
Yeah, he's like an actual good photographer.
Have you seen his logo for his company?
Yeah, the dead bird. Yeah.
How sick is that?
Cool.
Which is kind of a double-edged sword for him because he's tired of talking about it.
Yeah, but then he
makes it the brand.
I
So
know.
like now that goes viral.
I like it, though.
So it's like if you really don't want to keep talking about it, Randy,
Don't make it your logo.
You can't.
That's like Jordan be like, so sick of dunking.
I know.
Like, well, your logos. Jump.
My favorite viral thing about Randy isn't the bird thing. It's that like one time, I don't know if it's true. I don't know if this is an actual thing or if it's one of these internet things. Randy Johnson claimed that he keeps a bucket of baseballs by his bed in case someone breaks into his house.
Need a gun.
Just starts hurling fastballs.
Can you imagine? What the fuck?
That is great. Just going nobody. Like, that's a perfect.
What
weapon.
a legend!
Yeah,
though.
I love that. I hope it's true.
Yeah, just a bucket of balls.
Yeah, I don't know.
10 of them.
If it ain't true, don't tell me. I think it's beautiful.
All right, well, you're at the mothership. I assume that's sold out.
Those are all sold out. I'm doing stand-up New York on Monday, one show only, and then Las Vegas, Wise Guys Comedy Club,
Great
Boston.
club.
I think Providence is sold out. Anyways, I also have a podcast that I just launched.
What?
I would love everyone to give it a listen.
What is it?
It's called Die Hard.
Oh, love it.
And it's just for my diehard fans. So, you know, there's plenty of places to hear my big stupid voice for free. So this is behind a paywall. It's if you want to listen to Die Hard, I'm 3 episodes deep. I've been really enjoying doing it.
Are you on Patreon?
Cool. Yeah.
Is it just
Patreon.
You by yourself riffing?
Just me.
That's awesome.
Love it.
Because I've been trying to do all these gimmicky things. I tried all these podcasts of like whatever, and I'm like, what? I obviously have a lot to say.
Yes.
Why am I not just talking to
Yes.
this? So it's like an hour a week. Sometimes we'll do it more, and so please check that out. Die
Love
Hard.
it. Love it, brother.
Kids, this Wednesday we got acting off again. We just had Ari Matty and Tommy Pope and Joe DeRosa. We had such a blast. So come out and see who the best and worst actor in Austin is. It's been really fun. Alpha Beta Georgia, Helium Comedy Club, July 25, 26, 27. And then I got Charleston, Illinois. Charleston, South Carolina, August 1 and 2. Come get some. And finally, San Diego, Mic Drop Comedy Club in August.
All right, kids, that's it. This is Jeff Dye.
Yeah.
This is The Fine Kid. We're out.
Love you, boys.
What's up, guys? I'm giving away the Ultimate Ram TRX with over $50,000 in upgrade. This is one of one. You won't find another TRX on the road, or a truck for that matter, like this truck that I've built. It has over $50,000 in upgrades, and this truck could easily be yours. All you gotta do is go to drivefastallgas.com, pick up some merch, you're automatically entered to win. It's that easy. Good luck.